Hello guys, welcome to Level Change channel. My name is Claudio Fonseca. I'm a real 777 pilot, and today is our first live broadcast on this airplane that is going to be released to the general public in 3 days from now. So this is an expansion to the Microsoft Flight Simulator. Before I show you everything that we have for today, I want to say hello for Reinaldo Copin. Good afternoon, Fonseca. We are here together. Congratulations on the live stream. Thank you so much. Alex Viana Freitas, he's a channel member. He says English. He wants a live in Portuguese. So Alex, a live em português é amanhã, no mesmo horário amanhã, tá? So guys, I'm just saying, my fellow Brazilians, friends, that the Portuguese live is going to be tomorrow. So if you guys want to send message in Portuguese, don't worry, you can send. I'm going to translate. I'm going to read and also reply in English. So if you don't really understand English, come back tomorrow, same time, and then we are going to do everything in Portuguese, okay? Aero Simulations, looking forward to see what we have. Perna do Vento, Flavio says, so he's interrupting his vacation to watch this live stream. Thank you so much. Vini saying hello to everybody. Paulo Gomes say good live. Thank you so much. Valianis Filmes, good afternoon. Victor Franciucci, yeah, hello. Victor, hello as well. And Marcelo Rambo also saying hello. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. Okay, so first thing that we are going to do, let me just make sure, yes, you can, I think you can hear me. So if you cannot hear me, please, guys, just let me know and we try to fix that, okay? So one more thing. So this is 777 by Pmdg. If we go outside a little bit, you can see it's a beautiful airplane. I mean, of course, you will see something that you don't like or something that is missing, but as you know, Pmdg is always updating the product, so I think that the small details that we still have to improve, they still have to improve, they will come. They will come. Don't worry, guys. They work really hard on this airplane. I was able to do 2 flights so far. Actually, another short one as well. So 3 flights so far. And most of the things work like in the real airplane, okay? One small catch with the autopilot flight director system that I figured out in one sector. I already told them, I sent them a ticket and they are working on it. I hope they will fix that. Actually, I'm pretty sure they will fix that. And that's how things are going to go here in the beginning. Was just the same with the 737. I think this airplane is more ready than the 737 was on the 737 release, so you will be able to fly the 777 everywhere. A couple of things here and there that is not going to work, and most of you will not even understand this or will not notice. Maybe you think you are doing something wrong, or maybe you are doing something wrong. So it's really hard for people that are not a real pilot to check and visualize all the nuances about this this 777. Okay, well, this is the external model. I'm going to show to you in flight, even if we need to change the time of the day to give you a day flight or something. We'll see as we go, okay? I'm not flying online on Aveo or VATSIM because I want to be able to stop, talk to you, show a couple of things as we go through. So I don't want to be talking to ATC, and I don't want to be concerned about other people around, okay? We also have here Macian Freitas saying that he's going to watch both broadcasts, today in English, tomorrow in Portuguese. Aero Simulations, do you think this airplane is a study level? Yeah, for sure. That's study level for sure. Ale Souza saying afternoon. One thing, for example, I'm going to show you aero simulations. Let's say we go inside this airplane, okay? And then as you can see, the engines, they are stopped because we are at the gate. We are going to start a new flight really soon, but I want to show you something. Let's say that we go on the cargo fire switch and you push the forward cargo fire switch to arm. Okay, let's do it. So we push to arm. The next thing that you are going to see is that the equipment cooling goes to the override mode. Okay, so this is something that only happens if you use the forward cargo fire switch. Okay, so it's really hard to see any other airplane or apart from Pmdg that will do such kind of simulation. Okay, so I'm going to take this back to off, so you're going to see that the override disappear. Okay, and if I take the aft one, okay, I didn't test this before, for you to just to be clear, I didn't test you before. I just remember this now that you talk about it, and I'm testing with you. So as you can see, if I do in the aft cargo, the equipment cooling does not go to the override mode, and this is correct according to the airplane and according to the manuals. Okay, so and note another thing, I'm not changing the equipment cooling into the override mode. Okay, I can also do it, I can take it to the override, but as you can notice, I'm keeping the equipment cooling in auto. So if I use aft, it doesn't change anything, but if I use forward, the equipment cooling goes to override mode. Okay, so that's the kind of thing that Pmdg is able to show us. And talking about equipment cooling, that is something that I want to show you, and I hope they can do. It's not really hard for them, and I think they can do in the future. There is a hole here on the 777. I will say on the British Airways, if I'm not wrong, you cannot see my mouse because I'm using lossless scaling for this, for my flight here, so you cannot see my mouse, but I'm going to try to explain to you. So around let's say below the Romeo from British Airways, where it's written British Airways, below the Romeo, somewhere between the blue and the white, when it changes from white to blue, there is a hole on the airplane that is related to the equipment cooling override. Okay, maybe I can even open this to you and show on another airplane. Let me just go here. Let me see if I can figure out where it is. So if I go, I'm going to take a Cathay Pacific airplane and you are going to see it. Okay, let me see if I can change to the NOP internet. So I want to show you this image. Okay, here we go. So now you have Cathay Pacific airplane. Okay, and as you can see here on the Cathay Pacific, below the A, there is a hole here where I am with my mouse. Okay, I can even try to get it closer. Oops, where is the airplane? Cathay Pacific large. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so here you will be able to see, if we go too much, if we go left here, there is a hole here. Okay, so this hole is where the smoke in case of fire on the electronic compartment comes out, and that is the case that happens when that equipment cooling go to the override mode. Okay, so Pmdg was able so far to give us this correct behaving of the airplane. For example, if you use the forward cargo and getting the equipment cooling to override, and what it does, it takes among other things, it takes smoke from the electronic compartment of the airplane through that hole. Okay, but the hole is still not here. Okay, I even tried the Cathay Pacific airplane, Cathay Pacific livery, that is the livery that they actually did, the actual airplane that they used to model all the airplanes. Here it was a Cathay Pacific one, and I was looking for the Cathay Pacific one, and even on the Cathay Pacific one is not there. So it's something that they can improve for sure. But just for you to understand the level of realism related to the systems. Okay, let me go back here. So I want to get out of the studio mode, and let's see what else you were talking about. Could you pilot a 777 without any training? No, this is not possible. This is not because of me or any other pilot. For sure, the 777X, we are going to have some sort of training, especially because the screens, they are different. They are very similar to the 787, and for sure I'm going to have some sort of training on that airplane when it comes. Okay, are the 777 system more simple and autonomous than the 737? Asks Victor. Yes, they are. I'm going to try to show these things to you, but basically you don't have to worry about the electrical system, about putting generator on bus or APU generator on bus, even for example turning off packs for engine start. All these things, they are done automatically by the airplane. Okay, what is the relation of forward cargo fire and equipment cooling? You say, oh, thanks. Okay, so that's the thing, because you have some sort of actually basically what happens is when you have a forward cargo fire, the system works in a way that the air flows through the airplane, flows through the electronic compartment, it heats up, and then at some point it goes to the forward cargo compartment to heat the forward cargo compartment as well. But then if you have smoke in the electronic compartment, you don't want that smoke to go to the forward cargo, and also if you have forward cargo fire, which is basic forward cargo smoke, you don't want that to go to your airplane as well through the recirculation fan. So this has to go out of the airplane. So we don't really think about those things as pilots. We study it, we have knowledge about it, but on the day-to-day operation, if a cargo fire happens, I'm not really worried about what valves are open, what valves are closing. I'm just following the checklist. I'm trying to restore the system to its best capacity, and then I'm going to deal with that. If a safe flight can be continued, we are going to continue the flight. Otherwise, we are going to divert or return. It depends where we are. We are not really thinking about the system itself, but if you are studying the airplane, if you want to know about the airplane, if you're doing your type rating, this is the kind of airplane that you can use to do it. Okay, the 777 by Pmdg. João Gabriel says, what is the company you work for? João Gabriel, the people will tell you on this live chat here, so stay there. People will say, I cannot say. I have a non-disclosure agreement with the current company that I fly for. It's not only for me, it's for all the pilots. They don't want to mix their name with any kind of personal live stream or broadcast or video. So I'm not talking on behalf of my company, and the people that is follow me in this channel will know that I don't bring my company procedures. I bring the pure Boeing procedure. So what you are going to see today, what you're going to see in this channel, if you are starting to watch my channel right now, are the Boeing procedures. Okay, so you are not going to see any modification, for example, from LATAM, from Emirates, from Turkish Airways, from Cathay Pacific. What you are going to see is the pure Boeing normal procedures and supplementary procedures and non-normal procedures and so on. Okay, I just finished your system series. It's incredible how this plane works. Very nice work giving those classes. Thank you so much. And yes, it's a really nice airplane. João Gabriel, people will tell you which company I work for really soon. Okay, don't worry, stay here. They will talk to you. I look I can hear. Yes, I can hear something. Okay, so let me see. Batteries being drained, maybe. Let's go here. Let's check our electrical system. Not really. I don't really know what I have now. Okay, it doesn't. I don't really care, because we are going to start the flight all over again. Okay, so first, to start our flight, what we are going to do is we are going to Pmdg setup, state load, and we are going to start from cold and dark. Okay, so this is cold and dark. I'm going to execute, and you are going to see that the airplane is completely dark really soon. Okay, that's the beginning of our flight today, our journey today. Yeah, I thought the battery was discharging. That's one of the reasons that you get the siren, but that was not the case. So now, as you can see, we are cold and dark. Okay, everything is off. One thing that I want to show you guys before we Leonardo, how long have you been a 777 pilot? I joined the Middle East, this Middle East carrier in 2017, so let's say 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, almost 7 years now. Almost 7 years now. Okay, one thing that I want to show you as well before we start, I am using this application here that is called Flow. Okay, but this is basically the standard menu that you have on top. I'm just using the Flow. This is the free version, just to get rid of that bar. Okay, but one thing that you are going to see if you install your Pmdg and you go to the checklist, look, this is the Microsoft Flight Simulator checklist. Okay, if you go to the checklist itself, you are going to see the checklist here. So for the checklist itself, what Pmdg did is they included the procedures and the checklist itself. Okay, so if you don't really know how to fly this airplane, there are a couple of options. Okay, you can use my 777 guide. The link for the 777 guide is on the video description. You can use the Matthijs tutorial that is going to come with the airplane, or you can also use the checklist. Okay, so let's say that you want to power up this airplane, so you go on the first one and let go power up, and you are going to see that everything is here. Okay, so battery switch on. Okay, and then you need to take the battery switch on, but I don't know where the battery switch is. I have no clue about the battery switch. What you can do, you can click on this eye icon. Okay, and it's going to show you, oh, this is up. Okay, so then you start looking up, 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 and there you see in blue for you, that's the battery switch. Okay, so I can click on the battery switch. Now battery switch says on. I'm happy with that. Okay, the next one, C1 and C2 primary pumps, they need to be off. I have no idea where those pumps are. I click on the eye and it's showing me. Look, it's showing me. It's here. It's to my right, so I can go there and check. Okay, even if I change camera, it's still there. It's still there, showing me that those two primary C1 and C2 pumps, they need to be off. Okay, and they are off. If I press, they are on, so I want them not pressed. I want them off. Okay, so that's the way. The next one, demand pump selectors, I don't know. Okay, these are the demand pump selectors, all of them off. Then the wipers, I don't know where are the wipers. Okay, here you have on the right side and on the left side, you want them off. Then you land the landing gear lever. Oops, it's down, it's not here. Let's go down, go down. Oh, this is the landing gear lever. We need to keep it down. Alternate flap selector off. Where is the alternate flap selector? Okay, press the I button. Oh, still down, still down. Whoops, oh, I found it. It's here. I can even change camera one more time and you're going to see this is off. Next one, bus tie switches, they need to be auto. Where are the bus tie switches? Oops, they are up, they are up. Let's go there. Oh, these two, they need to be auto. I'm going to change the camera just to make sure that they are auto. And you see, they are auto, is written auto in the middle. Okay, so it's written auto there. The next one, if external power is desired, they need to be illuminated, and that's something that I'm going to do now. I'm going to take the external power. Okay, so to take the external power, I'm going to go to the new ground operations here from Pmdg, and then on ground connections, what I want to see is a dual jetway plug, and I'm going to request the ground power. Okay, I press here request, is connecting. You can already see on the left side of the airplane there is a blue rectangle that represents the external power. If we go outside, it's here. Down below the checklist is there. Okay, below the checklist is there. And now if I go inside my airplane and I go to the overhead panel and I go again to the primary external power switches, this one is illuminated. Okay, so I can press, so it says external power, push. Okay, so we push. Next step, if secondary is illuminated, okay, it is illuminated, it says avail, I can do what? Push. So I'm going to push this one as well. If APU power is desired, not desired today, we are going to keep the generator, the external generator for the beginning of this flight, okay? So all the procedures are here, not only the checklist. So electrical power up is complete. Once the electrical power up is complete, and actually you can come here and tick each item. Okay, I did the battery, I did this, I did all of them. Okay, APU is not desired, so I'm going to tick this anyway because I don't want. And if it was desired, APU start and on, that's not the case. So the page is complete, and we can go now to the preliminary pre-flight procedure. Same thing, ADRU, battery, the off light needs to be extinguished. Which off light? So you click here, you are going to see these off lights needs to be extinguished, and so on. Okay, so everything is here. Everything is here. Oh, where I do the schedule pre-flight procedure, I click on the for the CDU, maybe it's the only one that doesn't work, but take is FMC. Okay, and then the parking brake, for example, is here on the left, and so on. Okay guys, so you got the idea. You can use Microsoft Flight Simulator checklist to fly this airplane. Okay, I'm pretty sure many people didn't know that, and I'm going to tell you something else. You can do the same with the 737, guys. Yeah, Pmdg did the same work on the 737, and if you have no clue about the 737, do like this. Okay, before we move forward on this live stream, I'm going to show you a couple of new things that we have from Pmdg. Okay, for example, this is the tablet. Okay, on the tablet itself, we are already familiar with the electronic flight bag. Okay, by the way, I had an issue where my SimBrief alias and my Hopi ID was not working. It was not saving my configurations here. Okay, now it works. They already update. Okay, and if you click save, it shows tablet preferences were updated. Okay, so now it's working fine. All this noise is the airplane powering up. Okay, so don't worry about this noise, it's very normal on this airplane. Okay, so you are already used or familiar with the electronic flight bag and the performance tool, identical to the 777. Okay, but what we have here as well is ground operations. So on the ground operations, you have ground connections is the first tab, where you can remove or insert your shocks, ask for the air start unit, air conditioning unit, ground power, select the type of the ground power, the jetway connection you can request and release, and the passenger entry method, stairs or jetway. Okay, you can choose which one. Then you go to the ground service vehicles. You can request all the vehicles at one time. I'm going to do just now just to show you. Okay, you are going to see on the left side that the vehicles are going to start popping up. Okay, so all the vehicles are there, and if you go outside now, you can see that you have everything. Okay, so all the vehicles are here. If we go inside again, you can release them all, and if you want to request or release them one by one, you have all the options below. Okay, door management, that's another thing. You can open all doors, close all doors, arm all doors, disarm all the doors, or you can do it separated. The PAX entry doors left and right, and other doors like the avionics access, the cargo, aft, forward, bulk, and the electronic compartment. Okay, so all of them you can do one by one, or you can do for all. I'm going to disarm all now. Okay, so I want them all disarmed, and if I go outside, they are closed. Okay, so if I open one door, let's say I open the entry to left, okay, so it's opening, it stays in yellow, so you can see the second door is yellow, okay, because it's opening, and now that is white, it means that it's open. Okay, and then you can see the door is open. Okay, so if I close, it's going to turn, I press, it's closing, it's turning yellow again because it's closing, and then it's green because I already clicked 2 times and it went to arm. Okay, so when it's blue is closed, and when it's green is armed. So I'm going to disarm this one now. Okay, the fourth step is the automated ground ops. Okay, for the automated ground ops, I'm not going to give you a full explanation about it because I think we need a separate video about it, how to use and set up for the automated ground ops. But basically you can tell Pmdg to run by itself all these trucks and vehicles around the airplane, including removing air conditioning, ground connections, everything. Okay, it does automatically for you. So I'm going to jump this for today because it needs a special video about it. And the last one is ground maintenance, where you have a couple of things. Okay, so here you can say for the you can refill the hydraulic fluid on the 3 systems. You can refill the engine oil on both engines. You can refill the fire bottles. We have 5. We were supposed to have 6. Okay, that's something that I have to check with Pmdg, because if I'm not wrong, the 777-300ER is supposed to have 6 fire bottles for the cargo. Okay, I'm going to check that. I think 5 fire bottles is only for the 200, and the 300 has 6. Maybe I'm going to check with Pmdg. We can also serve the this is the starter motor for the engine, and also the generator for the engine. And for the tire and brakes, we can replace tires, we can replace the brakes, and we can cool the brakes. Okay, if you keep on top of tires, you are going to see some of them they are blue, some of them they are green, some of them they are yellow. I'm not really familiar with the colors, but as I want to start a fresh new flight, I'm going to replace all the tires. Okay, and I want to see them in a specific situation. Okay, I just replace the tires. I'm going to replace the brakes, and I'm going to cool the brakes. Okay, just in case. Let's see. Yeah, so looks like everything is working on the airplane. Okay, so this is the new part of the tablet. Another thing that we have is the option to change the tablet to another place. Okay, so to change this tablet to another place, for example to the window, okay, I have to come here and click on the window, so the tablet is moved from the standard place to the window. Okay, I can also put here on the center, so I come closer to the 777 here where it says Boeing 777, and I can take the tablet here. Why I would like the tablet here? As you can see, there is a hand, is like someone is holding this tablet here, and then you can come here and do, for example, on your electronic flight bag. I'm going to request data from SimBrief, for example, and I go on my flight plan. Okay, so now I have everything that I need from my flight plan, so I can insert into the FMC. Okay, so everything is here. The only thing that I didn't like is that I cannot take out the tablet from here. So if I was PMDG, I would create a shortcut to take out from here. If I want to take out from here, I need to put it in another place, okay, back here on the window or back here on the standard plate. Okay, so I would like to see the option to go here and maybe click on the same spot or somewhere close by to bring the tablet back here, okay, or even something on the tablet itself, on any corner or even on the menu, to bring back to the original position. Another thing that you can see here is on the auto cruise. If you click here on the top on the auto cruise, you have a pop-up for the auto cruise where you can select on and off for a couple of things. For example, if you want your airplane to do step climbs, if you want your airplane to do those climbs as the airplane is burning fuel in flight, and you are in a long haul flight, you don't want to be in front of your cockpit for a long time, so you can take and to on, so the airplane is going to do the step climbs for you. Auto time compression, you can set it to on and off, so when you are in cruise and in a straight line, the sim is going to increase the compression, the time. So in this case you select maximum to 16, so from 2, 4, 8 or 16 times, so the flight is going to go 4 times, 8 times or 16 times faster. Okay, and another thing is pause at top of descent. So if the airplane reaches the top of descent, you are not in front of your sim, the sim is going to stop there, and when you come back, you just hit the restart button and you start from top of descent. Okay, you can always reset these and it says your current sim rate now. Okay, so this is something you can do. This, by the way, this auto cruise, yes or no, and all these things you can still do through your FMC. The same thing for the ground operations, you can still do through your FMC, including the automated ground ops that I'm not going to use today. Okay, so before we continue, let's see what you guys are talking about. Do you pilots normally do the electrical power up? No, we don't, especially in the company that I fly. Everything is made by the maintenance, and I will say that for the 777, I'll say 99% of the companies around the world that fly the 777, they will have maintenance available to do the electrical power up. Okay, so I never did the electrical power up on the 777 apart from the real simulator sessions and the simulator at home. Okay, another thing, apart from this, apart from the standard procedures for the electrical power up, the maintenance is going to do a couple of other things. Okay, let's say you go here on our overhead panel. Okay, so for example, the in-flight entertainment pass seats, which is this button here that I'm turning on and off here on the left side. Okay, let me get really close to it. Okay, so this one here, usually for PMDG it comes off, but on the real airplane this is something that is going to affect the cabin crew job, and usually they are on board before the pilots, so it's maintenance task in my company for them to make sure that this is on, and the cabin utility also, because the cabin crew, they need these two switches on, okay, for them to work. Another thing are the window heat. Okay, window heat here on the center, usually my company doesn't turn them off because the airplane is smart enough to apply or remove power to the window heats, so when needed, so we keep them on. Of course, if you were going to store this airplane for a long time, like during COVID, if it was the case, then of course the engineers, the maintenance would turn them off before shutting down the airplane and so on, but on day-to-day operations they don't do it. Okay, for example, my company does a flight from the Middle East to São Paulo, Brazil, my home country, and there is one flight that arrives there at around 11 a.m. okay, so 11 in the morning, and this airplane only leaves around 8 p.m. okay, which means the airplane is going to be on the ground for 9 hours. They shut down the airplane, but for example the window heat, they are never off, okay, they always stay on, okay. So it's something that we don't really change, but when you come to the Pmdg, when you select cold and dark state, those things, they will be off, so you need to turn them on, okay. Another thing by Pmdg, if you come down here, you're going to see that your transponder on the 777 is on TA array, okay, and when the airplane is powered off, you need to see it on standby, and usually the code 2000. That's something that you want to do it yourself as well, just to start the flight in a proper way, okay. So after electrical power up, you can do this. If you download it, if you want, my 777 guide is on the video link description, and all of this is written there for you to follow, okay. Danielle Schneider, the first how we call this, super chat for this live stream, sending €5 for us, $4.99. Thank you so much, Danielle. That means to me that you are enjoying and you are learning, or you are liking the 777 from Pmdg and my job and my live stream here. So thank you so much. Matisse from Pmdg, have a great flight. Thank you so much. Guys, this is the guy that is responsible for me to have this airplane right now, okay. So thank you Pmdg, thank you Matisse for all of this work and to give me this early access. Thank you so much. Hernani Ferreira, great flight. Mr. Fonseca, Game Chris, hello, good afternoon. Yes, tomorrow will be in Portuguese, tomorrow same time, okay. Oh, look, Matisse says, if I click on the wrist, it will do what I want. Oh, so Pmdg is thinking ahead of me, okay? So if I take the airplane to the 777 here, and then I click on the wrist somewhere, where? Oh, here, okay? When the wrist is almost getting out, is it? No, where? Oh, sorry man, it's not working for me, but it's supposed to be somewhere. Ah, come on. Okay, I didn't discover how to do Matisse, sorry, didn't work for me so far. Okay, but it's supposed for you to bring it back to the standard position if you do like this, okay. I'm not able, I will keep trying, and I will see other live streams, or maybe a photo will give me a better place to click for it, okay. But thank you so much anyway. Makeup, say good afternoon. Daniel Schneider, thank you Captain. Was it difficult to come to my company as a Brazilian? I can tell you that the nationality for a company like this, it doesn't really matter, for sure. Hard to find the quick zone, but it's there. We'll make that clear in the manual. Thank you so much. So he says there, man, I have to do it. I'm sorry, but I have to do it. Because here it looks like I'm going to my FMC. So it's not here. I'm using the camera that was provided by you. Let's see here. If I do like this, is there any way I can click? Oh, it went away. It went away. Yes, it's back there. Okay, so this is the point. And somewhere here. Okay, we need a better. Oh, there. Maybe I got it. It's on the corner of the thumb and the other finger, okay? So there we go. So if I come here and I go to the corner. Oh, on this camera it's hard to find. Yeah, because if there you go. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Matisse. Yes, it worked. okay? So something that I was about to say, well, I said before that I would improve if it was Pmdg. They already did. Amazing. Did Pmdg releases the 777 for all real 777-787 pilots? I don't think so. Matisse can confirm that, but I'm pretty sure I'm one of the few 777 pilots, real 777 pilots with this airplane so far, apart from the people from Pmdg, okay? Apart from the people that works together with Pmdg as beta testers and so on. So as a real 777 pilot and YouTuber, maybe just a few guys got this, okay? Some guys, they did. You can see a lot of live streams around the web, around YouTube right now, but most of them, they are not real pilots, okay? Victor is saying hello to Matisse as well. Hello Fonseca, say Leonardo Orestes. Please talk about the performance of this plane on your PC. Sorry for my poor English. Okay, performance. Guys, I want to say something about performance. For me, it runs like the 737 as they promised, okay? What was my problem when I was testing this airplane? I was in China, and the internet connection in China is not good. Especially when it's something related to Microsoft, Google, and all those things that the flight simulator uses. So I was getting a little bit of, how you say, stutters there. So I took all my settings to low. And I decided to keep all my settings in low for this live stream because I didn't have time to test with my standard settings that usually they are high, okay? I don't fly the sim on ultra, but usually my settings, they are high. So what I want to do is to show you that right now, if I come here to display FPS, you will see that they are locked in 30, okay? Because my simulator is locked in 30 and I use lossless scaling to bring it to 60 FPS, which is my main TV maximum frames per second, okay? So the TV that I'm running the flight simulator now is up to 60 frames per second. So I'm using lossless scaling to double it from 30 to 60, so I'm getting maximum FPS from my airplane, okay? So I don't see any reason to believe that is not going to work for you if the 737 is work for you, okay? So I'm not going to display FPS anymore, and I'm going to get out of the developer mode because that's something that I wanted to show you as well, okay? So these are my settings for this live stream. They will be in low just because I was not able to test, but as you can see, is reaching the 30 FPS, and I have a lot of extra to give to the graphics, but I'm not doing because I didn't test, and I don't want you to think that if I increase more than enough here on my sim, and then you're going to see some stutters and you may think that the airplane is very heavy. No, it's not, okay? I was not able to test, so because I was in China one more time, but that's the way I'm going to do today, okay? Captain Nunes, good afternoon, Claudio. I'm enjoying the live stream so far. So good to see and hear who really knows about the airplane to show us what is capable of. Pmdg has did a great job as well. Very nice. Thank you, Brito, for being here. Digo. Fonseca, great stream. The plane feels superb as well. Can you explain me later on the TWIP weather function? The taxiway, actually, TWIP is taxiway work in progress, okay? That I never use it in real life, okay? But I can talk to you about the weather function really soon, okay? Is the performance app available on tablet? Trustable? Do you recommend any other? Well, one thing that I want to tell you guys that's very important about the performance on the tablet, on the 7.3, and on also it works for the 777. One thing that I'm going to tell you is maybe you will not get the exact same values as the real airplane, okay? But they are very similar, and most important, they work with the simulator airplane. Guys, do not take performance from a manual that is for a specific company and try to replicate that on the sim, because the conditions, they are not the same, the airplane is not the same. Okay, so what Pmdg did is they tried to bring the airplane performance wise as close as possible to the real airplane, and they tweak also the performance inputs that you have to match what they want from the sim. Okay, so please guys, use this from the Pmdg. Of course, if you want to take it from SimBrief as well, good luck taking it from SimBrief. I did a video and I showed that the difference between SimBrief, Pmdg 737 and from Pmdg on the Prepared 3D 777, SimBrief 777 and the real airplane, the difference was 1 or 2 knots, okay, 1 or 2 degrees on the assumed temperature. Okay, so you just use the universal flight tablet, okay, for performance. We are going to use today, and you are going to see that it works really nice. Okay, so don't bother to go somewhere else, use whatever is available by Pmdg on your airplane. Okay, the performance calculations are good, but keep in mind they differ between companies. Yes, that's what Matisse is saying. So guys, what you have here, it works for your simulator and it's very, very realistic. Okay, for example, there are companies that use different acceleration altitudes, there are companies that use different engine out procedures, so what they did is related to this airplane according to the Boeing manuals. Okay, long haul is possible now, say Arnon Lima. Thank you so much, Arnon, for being here. Leonardo Orestes say thank you, and aero simulation as well. Okay, so where we are so far, we did the electronic. Man, I really think I'm going to use my guide so we can go through this live stream in a smoother way. Okay, so give me 1 second so I can open my guide here on my iPad, and that's going to help us move through this live stream faster, related to the procedures itself. Okay, related to the things that I want to show you. Okay, here we go. This is my guide, and we already did the initialization. Okay, so apart from the initialization, what I want to do that I didn't do so far, I want to take the jetway. Okay, so let's go on Pmdg ground operations and request our jetway. Okay, so jetway is coming. Okay, and I also want then to open the to left door. Okay, so it's opening, so we have the door opening, the door open with the bridge there, and let's take the maintenance fun, why not? So because usually that's the maintenance guys doing all this work, so we are going to request, we go outside, and here we have the maintenance van on our left side. Okay, so that's it, we did the electrical power up. And for the advanced tip, one thing that we are going to do today, and I want to show you this, I want to show you this, guys. So let's go to the air synoptic page. As you can see, temperature is 20 degrees outside. Okay, because the airplane was closed, completely closed, sorry guys, completely sealed, and in such nice weather like this, you can see that the temperature inside the airplane is around 22 degrees. So usually you don't need air for this situation, but we are going to board passengers soon, and as we get people on board, this temperature is going to increase. Okay, so we want some air conditioning for that, so we don't want this to change much. As you can see, even though everything was set to 24, because the air conditioning is not working now, the temperature is slightly below. Remember guys, the air conditioning, it can cool down and it can heat up the airplane as well. Okay, if you have a place that is really cold, you're going to use your air conditioning to warm this airplane, and vice versa. Okay, so even though it's set for 24 degrees, the temperature inside the airplane is not reaching 24 degrees because the outside temperature is 20. Okay, so let's come here and go to our ground connection and request the air conditioning unit. So you are going to see now on the left side there is another rectangle or a couple of squares, and if you go outside you are going to see that that is there, and already connected to the airplane. So those yellow hoses around below the airplane are air conditioning now. One thing that I have to do, and actually this is before asking for this, is to keep the packs off and recirculation fans off. It didn't change much today because the APU is off, but remember to keep packs off and recirculation fans off when you have the air conditioning unit connected on the 777. Okay, you can even see the doors to connect these hoses. They are open. Okay, everything else we checked, and that's it. So we can get now more things to help us. Okay, we can get someone to take care of the potable water, also the lavatory. Let's go for cabin cleaning as well, and forward galley and aft galley. Okay, the good thing is that on the 777 now on the MSFS you can get all the connections together. Before, for example, cabin cleaning and forward galley, they are not compatible because they were using the same door. Now they don't use the same door, they are using whatever is the real airplane, whatever we do in the real airplane. So we have catering here on the right side, we have the cleaning, cabin cleaning, as you can see, cabin written there on the left side, and we also have two trucks here, one for potable water and one for the waste tanks. Okay, so next step we are going to do the preliminary pre-flight. Okay, so the preliminary pre-flight, we go inside the airplane, we are going to check if the airplane is fine. Okay, so I always do like this. I go PMDG setup, aircraft, failures, and I want to see if there is any active failure here. Okay, I don't want to start a flight with any active failure. Okay, so that is done. The next step is go to AGIRU, and we are going to turn the AGIRU on. Okay, emergency exit lights, guard closed, and then we go to this page where we are going to see the ACAS. Okay, actually we say it ICAS. Okay, engine, instruments, and crew awareness system. Basically are all the indications that we have related to the airplane and related to the engine. Okay, so we need to go to the cancel button. It's really a shame. Let me see something, guys. While I'm not flying, I'm going to stop scaling this transmission, so you will be able to see my mouse for now. Okay, so you can go here to the cancel recall switch. Okay, the first thing that you want to see is that you cancel everything. You don't want to see any yellow message here. Okay, from this time take your engine system. Okay, and the first time that you press cancel and recall again, okay, you are going to see the messages, and if there is any exceedance on those engines, okay, remember guys, I can show you once we land, I can show you the exceedance, how it works, and when you do the first recall, those things will be there. Okay, then you check the messages and then you can cancel because everything is correct. The next step, you want to check the engine oil quantity. You want to see at least 17 liters. If you don't see, go to your tablet, go to the ground maintenance and ask for refuel engine oil and so on. Okay, so this is done, and then you go to the status page. Okay, status page, and you want to see the hydraulic quantity. You do not want to see RF here. Okay, you also check the oxygen. Oxygen will be always good on the PMDG airplane, and only the TCAS is the problem because we still don't have the ADIRU aligned, so everything is correct. Next step, checklist, reset, and reset all. So the checklist is ready for us to use. You can close the checklist. Okay, and then as we are going to start this flight from Frankfurt to we are going to go to London Gatwick. We are going to go around, and let's consider that something happened in Gatwick and we need to divert, and then we are going to alternate to London Heathrow. Okay, so to start this flight, I'm going to go on comms. Okay, one thing that I'm going to do here now is I'm going to clear this message, and I go to flight information, ATIS request, and I want to know how is Echo Delta Delta Foxtrot, which is our departure. So I take on the airport. Okay, I write on the FMC and I click where I want. So airport Echo Delta Delta Foxtrot. Because my Hopi CPDLC is connected to VATSIM, I need to select VATSIM here. Okay, and I'm going to send. Okay, so it's sending this message. Now the message was sent, and we are going to see our ATIS in a couple of seconds. Okay, so let's see how is Frankfurt. Okay, let's see. It will come. It takes a little bit. Sometimes in the real airplane it comes faster, sometimes it takes even more time than this one. It all depends on your connection. Another thing on the real airplane, it also depends on your IRS alignment. Okay, so maybe we need to wait this 4 minutes and 50 seconds to get the message. Okay, so let's see how Pmdg is going to handle this, but for now we can close the communication page. Oh, we just got it. Okay, so this is really big, we cannot see everything. So what you can do, you can come here and press com page again, and now you can hear. You can read. Okay, so Frankfurt, departure information, Yankee, meteorological report at time 1820, runway in use, 25 center and 18. So most probably we are going to depart to runway 25 center is a good idea for us, or even 18. 25 center is even better. Transition level is 60, wind 190 degrees, 8 knots, visibility 10 kilometers or more, clouds broken 3,200 feet, temperature 18, dew point 14, QNH 1014, trend no sig. Frankfurt information, Yankee out, and that's it. We can cancel this, and we got our ATIS. So we know if you missed it, if you cancel, you want to review whatever it was there, there is a review page. Okay, and then you can go to flight info uplinks, and your ATIS is going to be there. I'm going to keep the ATIS here because I'm going to use the ATIS later on. So what we are going to do now, I want to do like this, bring my tablet. Amazing, amazing. I want to bring my tablet. Okay, and I'm going to set up my flight. So I already retrieved the data. As you can see, the departure ATIS, or here we have METAR. We do not have runways in use like on the ATIS itself, but we can get information for Echo Golf Kilo Kilo, and we could do the same through the ATIS, okay, if we want. And the alternate is Manchester, but today we go to London Heathrow. Okay, next step, I want always to change this to high IFR. Okay, that's the one that I want. I want to get close to the airplane so we can see the taxiways around us eventually. So this is also a moving map. Okay, so this is a moving map for us. This is our flight plan, and let's take the charts. So for the departure airport, we go runway, here it's saying runway 18, but I'm pretty sure we go runway 25 center. So Sobral, no, 25 is, it goes to the other, no, 25 goes west. Yeah, so we go 25. Okay, so 25, and we want to do Sobra departure. Okay, so we are coming here on the SID, and we are going to see Sobra. Sobra uniform, runway 18, not the case. Sobra 1 X-ray, runway 7 center, not the case. Sobra 1 Yankee, not the case. Sobra 7 Delta, runway 7 center. This one, if I'm not wrong, that's the one. Yeah. So we have an RNAV SID, Sobra which one is our runway? We are going to go runway 25 center, Sobra 8 Foxtrot. Oh, it can be both. So we are going on this one that is straight ahead. So Sobra 7 Foxtrot, okay? So Sobra 7 Foxtrot. Sorry, 7 Papa. 7 Papa. That's the one that we want. For the airport, we want the airport. This one. And we also, no. Airport info. Not the airport info. The airport itself. Yeah. Taking the airport chart. Parking stand east. This one with the 777 restrictions. So the red ones is where we cannot go. So I'm going to pin this chart. We are here on Bravo 45. So we are going to taxi via November 3, Lima 3 to take off here to 5 center. And if something goes wrong, we come back on the same runway, just to make it easy, to 5 center, ILS Zulu, which is something good. Okay, I'm going to work with the arrival charts later on. I could be doing this in the real life. I do both here, but that's not the case today. So charts, and we can do some sort of performance calculation. So I can do runway 25 center. I can import from the airplane and then from the OPT. So 229, I'm going to use 230 tons, and import weather as well. So we calculate, and yes, of course, with 230 tons, we can take off. Not a big deal, even take off to 44%. Okay, so performance calculations, they are complete. And we also check a couple of things that doesn't really change on the Microsoft Flight Simulator. Then one guy can go to the where is that quick button? Yeah, I got it. So one guy can go to the exterior inspection. I'm not going to do today, even though I recommend you to do on the, let's take brakes. Why? Yep, so parking brake set. Yeah, parking brake is set, and somebody's going to do the exterior inspection. The last step for us today, now we can already release the potable water. So they already did the job for the potable water, they did the job for the lavatory, and they did the job also for the maintenance van. We don't need the maintenance van anymore. Pilots, they are on board. We can request the fuel truck. Forward galley and cabin cleaning, we can get out of them. Forward and left galley, I would just redo the order of this, because forward galley is on the left side and aft galley is on the right side, and aft galley is up, forward galley is down. So I would do a little bit of tweaking on this thing. And the last one is the I'm going to request for the aft cargo, bulk cargo, and forward cargo. Okay, so they are going to start loading the airplane. Okay, before we go to the CDU, let's see what you are talking about now. Brito, thank you so much. Igoligo, great stream. The plane feels superb. Can you explain? Yeah, we did. Okay. Have you tried 787 after the update? Yes, it's not nice. Do you know Command Isaac Goodestein? He works same company. We studied together. We were from the same city here in Brazil. Yes, of course, I know Isaac. Isaac was just upgraded from first officer to captain this year. Congratulations to Isaac. Really nice guy, really nice guy. The only thing that is he's shorter than me. The plane is perfect. Yeah, it's really nice. Okay, so let's go to our FMC. Okay, so to the FMC, by the way, the database is wrong, but once Navigraph releases the option to update, we can update this. So we go to electronic flight bag, and there we are. Okay, cruise degradation 0.07, so I'm going to arm this one and use 0.7. Oops. Plus, we need the plus sign, 0.7. So we change this, okay, according to our flight plan. Position initialization, we can take the GPS, and we are departing Echo Delta Delta Foxtrot. And then the route, okay, the route I'm going to take Echo Delta Delta Foxtrot. We go to Echo Golf Kilo Kilo. Okay, our flight number is British Airways 105. Okay, and we can request the data from SimBrief is fine. One thing that I'm going to do today, so we don't lose much time, I'm going to set the payload. Payload was set. I'm going to set the fuel was set, and I'm going to select this route. Okay, so route requesting is there. What's the next PMDG airplane? I would focus on the 777 for now. They still have some work to do on the 777, even though it's really nice, a couple of things, so it's going to take some time, and then we give them some break. We give them some vacation, and we think about something maybe in 3 or 4 months. So let's see if they can push all these settings to the 737. Would be amazing already. So we can load this. I'm so much looking forward to buying this airplane, and Leonardo, we are going to talk about this tomorrow when we do our Portuguese live stream, because Matisse already told me that he's really impressed with the amount of sales in Brazil. So the Brazil community is doing good. It's not only you. A lot of things are buying this. Okay, so we go to the next page. We have the entire route there. Okay, and we can activate and execute. Then departure and arrival, 25 center for departure. The departure is Sobra 7 Papa, and we can execute. Then arrival is going to be runway 26 left today, ILS 26 left, and Debra to Golf is the arrival. If we go here on the FMC on the other side, and then on the legs, we can check that we are coming from Tebra all the way to Timba. So we have to find here Timba transition. Okay, now there is no discontinuity anymore. We can execute. Then we check everything. The departure itself, we go to the pinned chart on the SID. It says that at Delta Fox 138 to 20 knots. Okay, so Delta Fox 138 to 20 knots or less slash, and we need to be 800 feet. Oops, that's too much, or above. That is there. So just to add this information there, guys, every time that you see on the departure charts one speed without an altitude, that speed is not going to be on your FMC, so you need to enter it. And on the 777 you need to enter an altitude. On the 737, this is a big difference from the 737. On the 737 you can enter the speed only, and also with 220B for 220 or below, and or 220 or A, so 220 or more. Okay, on the 777 is always the speed that you want. It's always considered as a B later, so you have to enter the speed without anything else and an altitude. You have to do it. Okay, you need an altitude there. Okay, everything else is here. Okay, so that's our legs page. So we can go back now to performance. If we go to performance, electronic flight bag, I was at the right place. Reserves 8.1. Oh, instead of doing like this, I can request, right? Request performance, and let's see. Requesting the performance from Pmdg. It's impressive to see a plane from 1995 having all this technology. Yes, believe me, yes, that's really true. Very true. Hi Captain, maybe I'm wrong, but I'm disappointed with the MCP bottom. They look flat. I see that the prepared 3D version has better cockpit texture. What's your opinion? Captain Riyadh, nice to see you here. I already replied one of your messages from my yesterday video. I have to reply the other one. Don't worry, I will do when I have time. My personal opinion, and I didn't say this in the beginning, I'm sorry Pmdg, is that the texture, they are much better, okay? If I come here on the airplane itself, man, this looks much better, much more similar than the real airplane. Those buttons here, like the MCP, they looked, for me, at least for me, on the prepared 3D version, very big, okay? Very prominent from the autopilot, and this looks better. And I can tell you, as they use 3D modeling for this airplane, they scan the real airplane, this is much better, okay? Maybe because you are used to the prepared 3D version, you are feeling like this, but this looks more like the real airplane, okay? So I would say the textures and the cockpit layout, man, is perfect. It's by the millimeter, I have to tell you. This is really nice. Really nice. Thank you for your message, Captain Riyadh. So let's go back here to our okay, so performance index. I can 8.1, 360, we got 34, and cost index is 15, and we can accept. Guys, one thing that I want to explain you, and I want to explain you because I know many people, they don't read the manuals, okay? So when you are taking performance initialization, it's going to take most of the information from SimBrief. The only information that is not coming from SimBrief is your cruise altitude, okay? So the cruise altitude is based on the airplane weight and the trip length, okay? But it's selected by Pmdg. So Pmdg on the inside calculation come to a conclusion that the flight level 360 is the best for this route, okay? But as we have a planned flight level as 340, so I'm going to change, and it's always good for you to verify, okay, this cruise altitude, because it may differ from what you have on the SimBrief, and that's why Pmdg is not taking this information from SimBrief. I don't really know the reason why they are not, but they are not, okay? So this is not anything wrong with the SimBrief integration, it's just that this level, it comes from the computation from the airplane itself, okay? On the 737 is easier to understand because it is going to say cruise altitude, and on the side it says something like, it's not ideal altitude, but something similar. You have two altitudes there, okay? And Pmdg is going to get the first lower altitude below that one here on the 73 and also on the 777. So have a look also always on your planned flight level, okay? Zero fuel weight, we are going to take it down from here. So our estimated zero fuel weight is, this is the maximum estimated, is 207.5. So 207.5. Of course, it works if you click here, but on the real plane it's not like this, so that's why I'm doing this. So thrust limitation we are going to do later on. So legs page, route data, and wind request. Another thing that I'm going to check now is my distance. So ground distance around 403 miles, and what we have here is 393. This distance, this 10 miles is because I select runway 25 for departure instead of the runway 18, okay? So on the legs page, we come here, we load the winds, and we can execute the winds. Also, we are going to get a prompt to load the descent forecast, okay? It's going to come really soon. Okay, so I check the progress page. Yeah, so descent forecast is here. You can go all the way to VNAV, next page which is cruise, next page which is descent, and then go forecast. Or anytime you see this message, you go straight to FMC communication and then uplink descent forecast here on the left side. It takes you straight to that page, and then you can load your descent forecast for Gatwick. Okay, so there we are. I think we complete everything. One thing that I will do, I will take the chart and I will see my MSA is based on the airport. So I'm going to go on the fixed page, Echo Delta Delta Foxtrot, which is my airport, and I'm going to do /25, so I know my MSA. And if I come here and I increase this a little bit, you are going to see the MSA circle there. Okay, and the highest MSA that I have here in Frankfurt is 4,300, so I also want to take here 4,300 as a reminder, so I'm going to know what point, at which point I reach 4,300, which is my MSA. Another thing is that we have here initial climb clearance 5,000. We are going to set it later on. And where is my transition altitude? If I'm not wrong, is 5,000. Yeah, transition altitude 5,000. So I can come here to the next page and also insert 5,000 as a reminder. On the 737, you cannot do like this. Okay, so here we can do altitudes, and we can also do times. Okay, I'm going to do, remember me to do the times during flight. Okay, we can select any time. Let's say now is 1919, so let's say I'm going to do now, so I don't forget. So 1930, I want to know 1930 Zulu. I click here, and then if I depart now, I'm going to be at 1930 at this point. Okay, and of course, as I'm not going to take off now, as our flight is going to be a little bit late, you are going to see that this number is going to come until it's on top of us as we reach 1930. Okay, so I'm going to delete this because I don't want it for later on. And so far it's getting 65 miles. It just noticed was 66, so as you can see, still coming down. Okay, so I'm going to delete this. I think you got the idea. Okay, so let's see what else if you say something. In real life, do you need to see all the info in the, do you need to set all the info in the FMC manually, right? No, we do exactly just like I did. Okay, you are going to come here on the route page and you are going to request the route, and the route is going to come without the departure and without the arrival. Everything else, the route part will be there. Okay, about the performance itself, it depends on the company. The company that I work for, I have to include reserves, cruise level, and cost index. Okay, I just did today, I just requested today because I wanted to show you. Okay, but these three numbers, it's even easier for me to do it manually than to request. It's even faster to do it. So my company, we insert reserves, zero fuel weight you have to insert anyway, cruise level and cost index we have to insert, and check the fuel temperature that usually we don't change. Okay, but for the route itself we do automatically. I think Captain Riyadh is talking about the MCP black buttons. Indeed, they look somehow flat or already pressed on. Okay, so if we come here, you are talking about, let me see if I can move, you are talking about these ones. These ones, right? Guys, they are exactly like this. As you can see, the autopilot buttons, they come a little bit more out from the MCP than those ones. Okay, these ones, they are almost flush with the system, and on the autopilot I'm going to touch them really soon, but guys, it's exactly like this. Okay, exactly like this. Even the NOP, when it's in op, it's like this. Okay, so texture wise, guys, I have nothing to tell, I have nothing to say. It looks really good. Where is that quick spot again? I'm going to be losing that quick spot all the time. Okay, so I finished my FMC, and that's it. So let's do the pre-flight, guys. Pre-flight on the 777 is quite easy. I'm going to take the storm light on. I'm going to take dome light to the center, a little bit of light adjustment. Okay, so here really easy, everything is the way it was supposed to be. My company takes the voice recorder to on, just to take our briefing as well. We are coming to the night, so logo light on. One thing, guys, keep the fuel pumps off, okay? Don't turn them on for now. All fine, all good. Then you come here. I'm going to take traffic, VOR, and I also want airport, flight director on, traffic, airport, and this to the VOR. Okay, so basically that's what we have. We could do mask, not a big deal. Let me take this to the center as well. I like everything on the center. Then we go to the other side. From the other side, the FO will come from this side, and we'll do, oops, other side, like this as well. And we are going to check our altimeters in hectopascals. 1014, heading is 228, toga and flight director, auto brake, RTO, everything else is set. Then, sorry, the middle here is all set, including the parking brake. And down here, I want to talk to these guys. I want to hear this one and hear my FO. The same thing on the other side. Usually, captain is now talking this, so I want weather and turbulence on the left side, and this one on the left side. Yeah, all set. Usually this one we keep in cabin, directory, and door, so we can call any door to talk to any cabin crew. And the last step, this one in the center as well. So we are all done. Oh, one thing, guys, I want to show you how to open this window. Some guys, they don't know, so we can open this window. First thing we need to take is the tray chart pad away. Then you can unlock the window, and then you come down here and you crank the window to open. Okay, so that's the way you do. Okay, once you do it, you will get a message, window flight deck, in this case left. Okay, if you do the same thing on the right side, because then you have two windows, it's going to say windows. Okay, so when it's windows, both windows are open, and when you have only one open, you will see which one is open. Okay, so to close, the exact reverse. Turn the handle to move. In real airplane, of course, you can stop anywhere you want to open the window a little bit or everything. Once it's in position, you lock, and once it's locked, you can take your tray back. Okay, now you will see that the window flight deck only on the right is open. We are going to do the same thing. Close the window. There we go. Lock the window. And as you can see, if it's not locked, you will see a red indication there. So you don't want to see the red indication, then it's completely locked, and then you can close this part. Okay, I'm pretty sure you guys are going to ask about it. Yes, you can open the door. You already see you can open the door here on the handle. Okay, you can even move and go in the cabin if you want. Okay, I'm not going to do now. I don't really care about this. Oxygen, yes, it works. This one, it works as well. But I don't really care about anything behind this door on the simulator, okay? Of course, in the real life, I care about the passengers, I care about the cabin crew, I care about the other colleagues, okay? I don't care on the sim. Just to make it really easy for you. Okay, next step, when you are done with your pre-flight, you can do the checklist. To do the checklist, you click on the checklist and you're going to see pre-flight checklist. Okay, so oxygen is tested 100% on both sides, and flight instruments we have heading 228 and altimeter 1014. Pre-flight checklist is complete, and you're going to see here pre-flight checklist is complete. The other two items here, the airplane can sense that the parking brake is set and the fuel control switches, they are cut off, so you don't have to read, it's already completed automatically by the airplane. You can close the checklist. Pre-flight checklist is complete. What do you think they need to improve? I would say something about the checklist, okay? Because for normal operation is really nice, but for non-normal operations there is something on the Boeing that is called deferred items. I'm going to bring videos about it. I'm going to talk about a couple of things, but I want they could bring the deferred items to the checklist itself. For example, how to extend the flaps and all those things. I'm pretty sure if you start extend, for example, you are on alternate flaps, not on primary, not on secondary, then you try to move the flaps with the handle, you are going to have another message, and that message will tell you how to deal with that failure. But if you have a hydraulic failure and that drives you to this condition, you don't have to open the other checklist, okay? Because all those items, they will be appended to the steps that you have to do, and that's something that they were not able to do so far, okay? But the normal checklist, they are available. Yes, we can do like this. I'm going to open here checklist, for example, no normal menu, and let's say that okay, aero simulations, tell me one system: electric, hydraulic, engine, fire protection, air conditioning, I mean anything. Tell me something, or not even aero, anyone that says me one system first, I will open that system. And then I will show you one non-normal. Hydraulics, okay, hydraulics. Okay, hydraulics, we have a couple of options, okay? For hydraulic pressure, there will be 3 checklists here. For hydraulic quantity, there will be another 3 checklists here. For example, let's see if we have overheat demand C1, what we do. If you have hydraulic overheat demand C1, it says condition, the pump temperature is high. C1 air demand selector, you take it off. This was going to be in flight, okay, so the pump will be on. So in this case, you will be turning it off. That will be green, and then the checklist like hydraulic pressure demand C1 is not going to show, okay, because you have the overheat on the demand C1, so the pressure for that pump, the checklist for that pressure is not applicable to you anymore, so that checklist was inhibited, and it is inhibited by Pmdg, okay? So if you open any checklist, especially no normal, and you don't want to have any trouble with it later on, you can check whatever you want, then you go to resets and take here reset no normal, so everything from the no normal is gone and you are back just with your normal checklist, okay? It's amazing. It's always there. Rusty VR, how do you get the 777? It will be available from the 25th of June, okay? So in another 3 days, you will be able to buy it, okay? In 3 days, you will be able to buy it. This is a present from Pmdg to me to show you all this and to show you the airplane itself, okay? So we did the pre-flight, it's all fine. So we did the pre-flight checklist, and now it's time to get our ATC clearance. Let's say that we got the ATC clearance that we were looking for, the same one. Let me change this to 1000 so I can bring it initially to 5000, which is our initial altitude. Was it 5000? Yeah, initial clearance 5000. The heading that we have here on runway 25, I'm going to take from the chart, is heading 246. So I am going to already select 246 here. I'm going to hold shift so I can do it faster. I can even do it on my 246. I can do on my hardware here 246, and altitude we still don't, and speed we still don't know. Okay, so FMC is all set. We don't really have to change anything, and our transponder code was going to be today 2222, just any code. Okay, departure briefing, I already briefed you what we are going to do, and let's see, we have a fuel. The fuel is on board, all set, so we can come here and release the fuel truck. So fuel truck, where are you? Fuel truck, bye bye. We don't need fuel truck anymore. Oh, cabin cleaning is not gone, so I just released the cabin cleaning. We just have the cargo loaders so far. Another thing, as we have the fuel, I want to go in the progress page, and now is 19:33, so it's going to be 1 hour and 4 minutes, and we are going to arrive with 13.8 kilos. So 1 hour and 4 minutes, we can check that with our flight plan. 1 hour and 7 minutes, good enough. And the arrival fuel is supposed to be, let me see, this one comes to all the way to the minimum remaining of 8.1. So what's our arrival fuel? How I take the arrival fuel on this flight plan? Basically we have 22 minus 8 tons for this flight is going to be 14, minus taxi fuel, which is 300, not much. Yeah, we want to see something around 13,000, and we have 13.8. Yep, makes sense. So our fuel is correct. Okay, so all set. So now that we have everything, we are going to go to the performance calculations, and if I have to change something, I change something. I just want to use wind 0, 000/0, 18 degrees, 1014, recalculate, and then I'm going to go here and take everything to my FMC. So we have takeoff 2, select temperature of 44, takeoff flaps 5, yep. CG, we can take it from the airplane, today is 29, and speed is 150, 159, sorry, 153 and 159. 153 makes more sense, and 159. Yeah. Now, what I did, 159. Yeah. Okay. Speeds off. I can come here, index approach. VREF flaps 30 is 143. 143 makes sense. Okay, so index, takeoff, next page, everything is at 1000, good enough. So speed 159. Where is that spot again? Yeah, there we go. So speed 159, we can bring this to the MCP. 159, 159, LNAV and VNAV 246, 5000 is all set. Okay, now as we are going to start our flight, we can take the APU, we can start the APU. Note it, guys, that the fuel pump, the left fuel pump is already on. You do not see the pressure light anymore because you are starting the APU. You do not have to turn the pump on. Okay, it's on automatically. Anytime you have AC power on the airplane and the APU is on or being started, this pump is going to feed the APU. Okay, so if we come here and we take the fuel page, we are going to see that that pump is feeding the APU. Okay, otherwise this pump will be off if you don't have AC power, and there is a DC pump here that will feed the APU, which is not the case today. Okay, so everything as the real airplane by Pmdg, guys. So remember, do not turn this pump on, it's on automatically by the airplane. Okay, content creator get it only? Yeah, so far content creator until 25th. Okay, in 3 days will be available to the general public. Let's keep the camera here so I can see when the APU is on. What if you have an engine fire and hydraulic problem? If you open the non-normal checklist, you open directly to the left engine as a priority or no? Yes, it will. Okay, it will. It can prioritize different levels. So you will have master warnings first, then caution, and then the other checklist on this order. Okay. Can you show us the CPDLC? Baguette Aviation Geek, I already did a little bit, but I can show you a couple of things more. So I already requested, for example, the Frankfurt departure, but we can get maybe something else, like the 80s for our arrival. Echo Golf Kilo Kilo. Echo Golf Kilo Kilo. Guys, we are 1 hour and 30 minutes and we are still on the ground, but don't worry, I want to show you everything about this airplane. Echo Golf Kilo Kilo. My Hopi system is on VATSIM, so I need to select VATSIM, and for example I need to send this. Okay, so it's sending, and we are going to see it really soon. How can you use already the Pmdg 777? This was a gift by Pmdg for me to show you guys. So Jojo, I'm here showing you because I'm a friend of Pmdg. Hi, my pointers. Hello, Fonseca. I'm looking forward to the launch and happy to have a real pilot to help us learn the largest twin engine airplane in the world. Thank you so much. Roberta Oates, thank you so much for a message as well. Hypoxia, member of Pmdg tech team here. Glad you're able to test our jet early. Hypoxia, thank you so much. Really nice work. Really nice work. Okay, so we got the message, so we can come here on new messages. Gatwick, 80s Mike, 1820 Zulu, runway use 26 left, so we are right, transition level is 70, ILS approach to be expected. Gatwick delivery is closed, ATC service continues on Gatwick ground 121805, wind is 27011, cavalcade 21 degrees, QNH 1015, acknowledge receipt of information Mike. And for departures, advise type on first contact, advise to have information Mike. Okay, so here we go. That's how it works. And I can even come here and cancel from here or cancel from here. Okay, so if I cancel, and if I want to go back, review, flight information, review, flight info uplinks, and then I have at 1858 the Frankfurt 80s and 1938 the Gatwick 80s. Okay, so let's go back here and close the comms page. Does that also work if the AT source is not online? Jedi, I don't really know. I'm not connected to the VATSIM servers. I don't know where is this information coming from. More details about it, I don't know. Maybe Hypoxia can tell us how it works. He's here on the live chat. The fire bottles, you are correct. Six fire bottles. However, the sixth one sits near APU. You can see this on the graphic by clicking the drawing the graphics. Okay, I didn't know. Yeah, good information from some tech guy here. Nice. So ground operations. If we go here on ground maintenance and no, not ground. Yeah. So. How it says, you can see this on the graphic by clicking and drag. You can. I didn't know you can drag the graphic. Nice. Okay, so then if I come here to the fire bottles, you will see that the sixth one is down here. Amazing. Thank you so much, Robert Oates. Thank you so much. Really nice. If you guys know something about the colors for the tires, I will be really happy to understand. Okay, I replaced all the tires, brakes, and I cold brakes, and the colors, they are still the same as I start the flight. Okay, amazing. What else before we start? You can change the cabin light in the FMC and also the quality of the tires in the EFB, right? Yes, I did, but it didn't really change anything. You see, I replaced tires, brakes, and cool brakes, but I don't really know what those color means, okay? So, but I know it works, okay? Are you in VATSIM? No. I'm not on VATSIM, however, my Hopi selection is on VATSIM server, so I have to use the VATSIM option to get this information, okay? With what livery I'm flying? I'm flying with the British Airways livery from here to London Gatwick. From Frankfurt to London Gatwick. It doesn't work right now if 80s is offline for VATSIM, but VATSIM uses the same data as Pmdg servers, so you can always default to our servers. Yeah, but I tried before. I don't know why it didn't work. Let me get the com page again here. By the way, I have a link to this, that's why you can see. So let's see if I want to get my alternate, which is going to be today, not the official one, the one that I'm going to use, Echo Golf Lima Lima, and I go to Pmdg and I send. In the afternoon didn't work, so it only worked for me in the iVeil and in the VATSIM one. So let's see. Even if it doesn't work with Pmdg, as far as the VATSIM source is there, I'm happy with that. Does it automatically revert to the Pmdg option even if you select VATSIM option and the station is not online? I'm not sure, I haven't actually checked that. It's pretty easy, just select Pmdg. Yeah, that's what I did. I selected Pmdg, and if it doesn't work, we'll get an error message. We are going to see that really soon. Oh, it worked! Really nice. So Pmdg is also working. We can come here, and then this is a little bit different because we don't get, guys, so the big difference here, when you have something from VATSIM, it even gives you the runway in use and so on because it's there, okay? When you don't have and it reverts back to Pmdg, it's going to tell you, for example, this was information alpha at 1920 Zulu, surface wind 290 degrees, 8 knots, visibility more than 10, temperature 19, dew point 8, QNH 1015, generated by Pmdg using NOAA data, okay, using the NOAA data, end of information alpha, okay? So Pmdg is getting the information from NOAA and bringing this information decoded to you, okay? So this is what I want. I don't really care from where the 80s is coming from. It's really nice that Pmdg went through all these details and telling us how this was generated, but this is really nice because I want to get the weather information from there. Okay, especially if controller is not online, I want to get the weather information so I can decide which runway is in use and so on. So what I want is the weather, and the weather is there. Okay, I'm not going to use anything else from CPDLC today, but that's how it works. Okay, guys, thank you so much, Hypoxia, for being here. Also the other one that I lost the name, Robert Oates, thank you so much for your valuable contribution here. It helped a lot. Okay, and if you guys want to keep talking there, I don't mind. Go for it. I'm glad you are here. Okay, so APU is there, so I can take the primary off, and then I can remove my ground connections, ground power I can release, air conditioning I can release, as I don't have air conditioning anymore. Packs, they go on, and recirculation fans, they go on. Everything is on board, so I can come to the door management here and close all the doors. Okay, so I close all the doors, and on the ground service vehicles I want to release them all. Okay, so they will go away. The doors are being closed. We are almost ready to go. As the doors are closed, the cargo doors are being closed, I can remove the jetway. Okay, Let me see. Yeah, press one more time. As we remove the jetway, I'm going to prepare for pushback and departure. Okay, now jetway is being removed. I'm preparing for pushback and departure. So my windows, they are closed.
We are ready for pushback.
I don't know if you can hear the pushback itself. Let me see something. I think I have to change this. Maybe now you will be able to hear. Okay. So all the doors are closed and we can start by pressurizing the right electrical pump. Electrical hydraulic pump. When the fault lights go off, guys, one thing, I'm not going to use this word, but I was mad with Pmdg on the Prepare 3D because I was turning the right electrical pump, the man pump, on, and the fault light was taking so long to disappear, man, to extinguish. On the real airplane is just like this one. Okay, so another point for the Pmdg, the the MSFS version. The only thing, by the way, if you guys are still here, is that I don't get nave dirua inertial when the airplane is powered down with the ADIRU off. Okay, we should have nave dirua inertial. On the Prepare 3D, the information is there. On the real airplane, we always have that, so it's something that you need to add. Just a message, by the way. So we want nose left, tail right. Passenger sides on. Fuel pumps on. Beacon on.
Release parking brakes, please.
Ah, give me a minute. Give me a break. Come on. I want to come here. This one to on. And the next step is recall, engine shutdown, TKS off. We can do the checklist. Before start checklist, flight deck doors closed and locked. MCP V2159 heading 246 altitude 5000. Takeoff speeds V1 150, VR 153, V2159. CDU pre-flight completed. Trim is 4.75. I didn't set 4.75. 4.75. Yep. Unit 0 and 0. Taxi and takeoff briefing is complete. My checklist button is this one. So before start checklist is complete, I can bring the engine page. Yep. So I'm going to release parking brakes. So I press the brakes.
Commencing push.
Parking brake is released. And my webcam is going. Bye bye, guys. You don't see me again. We can start these engines really easy. Really easy. Let's take the right one first to start. And then the fuel control. Oops. Here. Fuel control to run. And that's it. Nothing else. Nothing else. Showing you some cameras as we start here in Frankfurt. There we are. So brilliant insight into the aircraft. I fly 7.6 in real life, so I need a break from that when in the sim. This hypoxia. Amazing, amazing 7.6, amazing airplane. Excellent video as always, Claudio. Very informative and thoughtful. Congrats. Thank you, Schaffenhauser. So that's it. We did on the left, on the right side. We do now on the right. on the left. Sorry, we did on the left, we do now on the, we did on the right, we do now on the left side. Still pushing back. We are not moving. We always have to look to the side to see if the airplane is moving or not. If you look forward, you don't really know. So yeah, now is stopped. So we press the brakes.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
Parking brake set. So I'm going to tell them that we have a good engine start. Yes, you can go.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Unlocking gear.
You can go ahead. Yes. Okay, then another thing that I want to do, I go to door management and I want to arm all, because we need to taxi with them armed. It doesn't need to be before, but we need to taxi with this armed. That's the airport. Lima, and then we taxi via Lima 3. Okay. After start is complete. Okay, we take APU off. We don't need anti-ice for today. Flaps 5 for departure. Oops, I pressed this wrong. Back to 7.5. And yes, we check the flight control, so that will be... Oh, I can believe that my Spadnex is not working. Give me a moment, guys. My Spadnex should be there. So which one? I'm the 777 MSFS. Let me see. Yoke. Ah. My yoke is not there, so oh, guys, I'm sorry, I'm going to give you my webcam again so we can talk about it. I did a wrong selection on Spadnex, which I use for my Boeing yoke, and I have to insert my information here. So how can I do it? I can copy from the 7.3. Okay, 7.3 without pedal. This one is elevator, so I can copy this. Sorry guys, my fault. I go back to this one, and then I can take the elevator here. Paste. So the elevator is working. Now I need to go to another axis. And big mistake. Copy for the elevator. Sorry guys, but that's the problem when you have... I tested everything during my layover, so now I just realize it was good that I did my flight controls check, right? So let's see now if it works. So yeah, full down, full up, full left, neutral, full right, neutral, and then rudder full left, neutral, full right, neutral. There we go. My webcam is going off. So recall, TCAS off, cancel ICAS, and we have doors auto. We can do before taxi checklist, anti-ice auto, recall checked, flight controls checked, ground equipment clear before taxi checklist complete, cabin is already ready. So we are ready to go. So storm light off, and we can take taxi light on, and there we go. One thing that I want to show you guys, if we go outside, okay, you see taxi light is already on. The camera for this airplane doesn't work, but the taxi camera light, it works. So if I take it on, you are going to see that you have the taxi camera lights, they are working, okay? So they are working, and we turn them on for taxi at night, okay? So I'm not going to use lossless scaling for now. I'm going to take my chair ahead here and let's do it. Parking brake should be released. Yes. One thing that I really liked is that maybe you need a little bit of power to start your taxi, but the ground movement for this airplane is amazing. Okay, so you need a little bit of thrust, you can bring it back to idle, and you can run through your taxi without any major problem. Okay, so guys, for the taxi, this is going to be a 45 degrees turn. Okay, so with a 45 degrees turn, I want to see this on the middle of the center, and then I can start turning. Okay, so we are almost there. Now we are in the middle. Okay, we can turn. If we turn and then we taxi straight, we are very happy with that taxi. Okay, if we want to do a 90 degrees turn, let's say to the right, let's do a 90 degrees turn to the right here. Okay, I want to see that in the middle here. It's in the middle. I do full turn, and you are going to see that it works really, really easy. Okay, there we go, there we go. Okay, so for 90 degrees turn, you want to see your taxiway, the taxiway that you are going to follow, in the middle of the sign windows. If you want a 45 degrees, in the middle of the center windows. Okay, as you look left and as you look right here. Okay, to the left side, actually you will need it pretty much on your corner here. That's 45, and then if you're doing 90 degrees, you want to see the taxi way center line here, and no more than 10 knots for these turns. Okay, so let me see what else you have. Okay, I will do another turn. Speed 8 knots, good enough. When it's in the middle here, okay, it's coming to the middle. Full turn. If I show you outside, oops, I was in the wrong. If I show you outside, I cross a little bit, but you get the idea. Okay, so I cross a little bit on this one. We are going to do another one, another here to the left. At this time I let it pass a little bit, so I'm going to do it one more time. I was reading the channel, the messages, so this time we are center here, speed 9 knots, brake a little bit, 8 knots is good enough. And now here, when it's in the middle, where you want to go is in the middle, it's coming, it's in the middle, turn, and you are going to see that the airplane turns nice. You see? There you are. Okay, that's how we taxi the 777. More or less. Of course, in real life it's much easier. Believe me, in real life it's much easier. As we move here, let's see what you are saying. I knew about Hoppy, but in previous they had option which automatically kept track on block time. I'm pretty sure every feature, okay. Have you clicked the pen, Captain, yet? Yes, I did. In fact, I did, yeah. You can even hear. Actually, not only the Captain, but the other two on the other side, they also work. Yeah, really nice touch from Pmdg. Amazing. What else we have? Thank you about that. People are saying, what else? Hello, I use two monitors, one for the sim and other for the charts. Would enable multi. Okay, so the thing is, lossless, it works only in one monitor, okay? So lossless scaling works only in one monitor. So I have one monitor for my sim, and the other monitor, it's without the lossless scaling, okay? Right now I'm not even using it, so you can use on one monitor, actually in one application and one monitor at a time, okay? That's it, that's what you get. What's the next real flight? My next real flight, let me see where I am, where I'm going. Yeah, that's the one I need to take. Okay, so little bit fast, middle, turn, go outside. I'm not on this. Okay, so I'm going to stop here. I'm going to stop here so I can read all the messages with you guys, and then we go for this flight. Okay, otherwise I will not be able to take off. Okay, so let me see. I'm trying to move within two cameras here, so it's a big thing for me. Okay, so what's your next real flight, Fonseca? My next real flight will be where I'm going. I'm going to São Paulo next. I'm going to São Paulo, yeah. End of the week, in 5 days from now. Is there anything that I miss here? No, I don't think so. Okay, so yeah, we are ready to go. So basically what we can do now is go to our checklist, which is before takeoff checklist. Before takeoff checklist is complete, cabin is ready, we can take weather radar. Yes, it works. And terrain on the other side. And now as we are clear to go and enter and take off, all the lights on, including transponder, TA array, we are ready to move. Releasing parking brake, a little bit of thrust. And guys, to enter the runway, always check both sides. Okay, approach is clear, downwind and base leg are clear. Even on big airport like this, runway is clear. There we go. Yeah, guys, my, how we call it, my lossless scaling is not on, and I'm stuck in 30 frames as my configuration. Okay, for the runway you can even leave it a little bit more, and you are going to see that it does a perfect job. Okay, so there we go, lining up. On the 777 we take the thrust to 55% before pressing toga. Okay, so there we go, 55% is more or less here, and then toga, thrust ref, little bit of forward pressure,
80 knots.
checked, We release the forward pressure, keep the center line with your rudder.
V1. Rotate.
Rotate, we get out.
Positive rate of climb.
Gear up. LNAV is there. A little bit bright, my screens, I didn't adjust. 200 feet, we can set the autopilot, but we are going to fly a little bit manually. Thrust ref, VNAV speed. Accelerating to 20 knots, that's the first speed restriction. As we pass the flaps 5 speed, going towards flap 1 speed, we can retract flaps to 1. Keep following your flight director. We cannot retract now flaps 1 because our speed is going to be below flaps 1 for now until we add on the next fix. Okay, so we are going to keep flaps 1 speed and we are going to keep climbing at 220 knots. Okay, I'm already tired of this manual flying. Let's center the flight director. Okay, let's take the autopilot on. It's not working on my command, so I can use this one. Autopilot is on. Let's take like this. Can even come here and reduce the bright of everything. Yeah, now it's much better. Heading bug. Reaching 5,000 speed, VNAV out. Let's say we are clear straight to flight level 340. So now altitude, we are going to take this to 1,000. We are going to select 340. And we are going to press the button. On the 777, you press this button, you get again thrust rev, VNAV speed. Now we cross the fix where the speed restriction of 220 knots is gone, so we can retract the flaps. So flaps are retracting. When we get the flaps up green here, it means that the flaps, they are up. Okay, I'm going to bring this to VNAV and we can do the checklist, which is after takeoff checklist, and by magic the after takeoff checklist is complete because both items were sensed by the airplane. We can close the checklist, and that's transition altitude, altimeters to standard, all the altimeters to standard, and we are climbing out. Okay, there we go. We are going to climb with 250 knots until 10,000 and then 380 knots and 8 knots until we reach Mach decimal 802. Then we maintain 802, climbing up to flight level 340. On the left side here will be nice to see the legs page from the beginning. Yep, that's it. So there we go, guys. Here we are. Why is everyone talking about lossless scaling these days? Asked Jedi. It's for me especially because I run all of these on a laptop. And lossless scaling is doing a really nice job for me to double my frame rates while I still broadcast on YouTube. I record on OBS and everything. So we just crossed 10,000 feet. Couple of things that we are going to do. There's no turbulence forecasted, so seat belts auto, landing lights off, logo light off, runway turn off light off, and taxi light off. And there we go. We keep climbing. Oh, I forgot the electronics. We can bring it back to auto as well. Okay, so because it's doing such good things for our frame rates and in medium computers like mine. I'm pretty sure if you do not have a really nice computer, it can be a problem. In my case, I'm in the middle. Okay, my computer is not amazing, it's good enough, so lossless scaling works. Okay, if you have a really nice computer, then you don't need, and if you have a really bad computer, lossless scaling cannot do magic. Okay, Hello, my friend, say Emmanuel Lenturus. Man, nice to see you here. You and the Boeing 777, successful. Thank you. Hypoxia, $20, man. Somebody stole Hypoxia credit card. Hey, what happened, man? Call your bank. Something is wrong with this. Somebody stole your credit card and give me $20, and it was not me, I can tell you. I will not do it to myself. Thank you for flying the 777. It's great to finally release it to you all. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your hard work. It's an amazing, amazing airplane. I already opened a ticket though, so have a look. Couple of things, but guys, it works really fine. I'm going to get this further down. All fine. We are climbing 340. Engine view, Captain. Yes, why not? Let's try through this. Look the wing flex as we climb out. On the other side as well. What do you think about this image, guys? The pilots, I thought they were sleeping. So this is the engine from the passenger view. These ones. Yeah, and back to the first one. I really liked this one. Really nice. Aero simulations, you simulate dual engine failure. I have to tell you, I just did my actual real sim maybe a week ago, and I had a dual engine failure departing from Johannesburg toward Addis Ababa, and we had a dual engine failure around 10,000 feet when we were leveling off for an altitude constraint, and eventually we got one engine back and we land back in Johannesburg. So I'm not going to do any failure today, but you can expect, like I was doing on the 7.3, taking maximum of 59 failures on the 777 in 10 hours. So you are going to see a flight like this, full of failures, and usually we don't reach our destination. Don't worry, we are going to do it. Do you turn the nav light off during day flying the 777? No, for us, nav light always on. Actually, for international flights, usually they stay on. Okay, some companies for domestic flights, they turn it off. But there is no point to turn the nav lights off. Even during the day, it helps. It helps. Hypoxia, I stole the credit card from the bank for legal reason. This is a joke. Yeah, I know, my friend. You have well, the word nowadays, when it's a joke, you have to specify. Yeah, it's getting bad. It's getting bad. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the $20, Hypoxia. I would like to know your real name, by the way. But if you don't want to share here, for sure we are going to see each other on Discord or something. Thank you so much for all your help today. Guys, okay, so now we are in flight. We have basically 30 minutes to talk, okay? So I want to know what you want to see from this airplane, okay? Jackson, thank you so much, Jackson. I will join the Discord. Yep, I will try to find you there, Jackson. Thank you so much. Let me see. Well, one thing that is important, okay? I will set here flight level 260, okay? On the 737, once you get its altitude capture, here it's only out, and it's out for the capture and to maintain the altitude. In this case, VNAV out, okay? So if you change this on the 7.3, the airplane is going to keep climbing. On the actual VS, it's going to revert to vertical speed and the airplane is going to keep climbing, okay? On this one, once you got out, VNAV out, or any out, if you are using VS or flight level change speed, you're going to have out. And I'm going to show you this again, okay? So let's put here to 7, okay? And flight level change. So you have thrust, flight level change speed. You are going to see that once you have out, okay, even if you change your altitude selector, the airplane does not revert to VS and keep climbing to that altitude on the new VS, okay? The airplane will always stop. So the altitude capture on the 7.3 and altitude hold, or VNAV out, it's a little bit different here, okay? So let's see. Flight level change speed. On the 7.3 you have altitude capture, and then you're going to have altitude hold. Here you are going to see only out. VNAV out or out, okay? So there we go. Let's see. It's coming. It's coming out, okay? Now you change, and I'm going to put 3-4. The airplane does not climb. You need to give a command to climb, okay? There are a couple of ways to do it. If you were in flight level change, just press flight level change again. If you were if you want to do something else, or if you want now to climb on VNAV, you can press VNAV and the airplane is going to do, okay? But one last, let's say we are now at 28, okay? So the airplane is going to climb in thrust ref, VNAV speed up to 280. I'm going to do this one more time because I don't want to get out of the VNAV and I still want the airplane to climb, okay? So 280 is there. It doesn't matter if you change before or after reaching 280. Once you get out, you can start changing your altitude. The airplane is going to capture whatever was here, okay? And now you want to keep climbing, but you are on VNAV and you still want to be on VNAV, okay? So this altitude button here, this altitude selector here is also a button, okay? On the 7.3, it's not a button. Okay, on the 7.3 you have here on the side one button called altitude intervention. So the altitude intervention is on the button for the altitude selector on the 777. Okay, so as you can see, there is a hand here, so you can turn left, you can turn right, and in the middle you can press. So if you press, it's like the altitude intervention, and now you have thrust ref, VNAV speed, and it's climbing back to flight level 340. Okay, so this is another thing that is different from the 737. Okay, holds, please. Okay, let's do a holding once we reach cruise level. Okay, even though I have a video about holdings on the 777, of course, from Pmdg on the prepared 3D version, and it works the same, okay? So it's the same principle on prepared 3D and on MSFS, because the airplane is like the real one, so they did a really good job on prepared 3D and once again on Microsoft Flight Simulator. But I will do the hold for you. GP Gaming Simulator, Great Life Fonseca, what do you think of the 777 flight model? Man, so far it's doing as expected, okay? I do have one concern, but this is not about Pmdg. This is about any airplane, because the minimum speeds, which I mean this red and black line that we have on top, sometimes at the bottom, sometimes both. It depends on altitude, on airspeed and everything. They do vary with the G-load, yes, so they are correct. The amber band does not vary with the G-load, and I assume that developers cannot set the barber pole based on G-loads and the maneuvering speed, minimum and maximum, not on the G-loads, but only on the current weight and altitude. Okay, it doesn't vary with the G-loads, only weight and altitude. So, and of course flap configuration and gear configuration and so on, but it doesn't vary with the G-load. So I would like to see somebody doing this, so it will be easier and better to explain minimum maneuvering speed, flap maneuvering speed, and so on. But yeah, it doesn't work on Pmdg, it doesn't work on the 7.3 from Pmdg, it doesn't work for any other one, because I think they have to choose a way to represent the both scales, and one of them is based on G-force and the other one is not, so it's a little bit confusing. But this is very, very technical, so don't really worry about it. I hope at some point they can do it. Okay. Cupim Aeroclube Virtual, Fonseca, in your opinion, will this be the best aircraft available for Microsoft Flight Simulator? Already is, my friend. Already is. That is for sure. That is for sure. I cannot recommend as much as I want this airplane. If I was able, I would give this airplane to everybody, because it's really, really amazing what they did. Is the prepared 3D version with some modifications, and the modifications, they are amazing. So man, there's nothing I can complain about this airplane. Yeah, again, one or two things I'm going to give them my opinion, and I'm going to show them when something doesn't work like in real life, and they are going to implement those changes. I found a flaw in the VNAV system. When you are in a certain altitude, your MCP altitude is the same, you are level, and you want to revert to flight level change, it doesn't do it. Okay, in the real airplane it does, but once again, very technical, very small details that they will be able just to code it. But when we come and we talk about the cockpit itself, how the system they behaves, and even look at this, guys, amazing views. So this British Airways, amazing. Okay, so really nice. Robert Mador, are strobo lights always on? Because I've been on Emirates flight and they were on during day while boarding. Now this, maybe they were testing, okay? So strobo lights in a normal flight only from the time you are entering the runway until the time you leave the runway after arrival, okay? Before that, only if they need attention to the airplane for some reason, or if they were testing, okay? Normal flights, you will get on just before entering the runway and off when you are leaving the runway on your arrival, okay? Hypoxia says only on when on in an active airspace, which includes the runway. That's it. It's close between this and the Phoenix for me. Can't speak for him though. Yeah, I don't have the Phoenix because I don't know how to fly an Airbus. As simple as that. But they say that the Phoenix, you need a good hardware to work on that, and with a laptop I'm not willing to try. Can you please show the weather radar? Man, the weather radar is on, but there is no clouds. There are no clouds. Maybe we can do something. Can we tweak this a little bit? Let's see. Let's see. I hope the airplane doesn't fall from the sky. High level clouds. Let's see how this works. Not really. Overcast rain. Storm. Okay, here we go. Yeah, that will be bad. I will try to get higher. First thing, let's see. VNAV maximum 386 optimum 380. I will go at least 34. 600 margin is okay with the CG that we have for sure. We have FCG, then this one that I selected as 5, which is the standard. So yeah, we can go 380. So the easiest way to do it is to change our altitude to 380 and press the button. We are on VNAV, then we go on thrust ref VNAV speed. So most probably at 380 I'm going to be above these clouds. But yeah, the weather radar is there, guys. Maybe in real life I will not be flying this area. Worst case scenario, going this around these clouds here, try to get to the other side. So yeah, we are coming to the weather now. So I'm trying to get above. As we are getting closer, maybe I would be flying like this, and especially on tracking, so track. So I don't really care about my heading and tracking cell, and I'm going to try to find the middle of the clouds here. So let's see if this works. Hypoxia say they were probably testing the strobo lights for maintenance. Yep. Beautiful skies. The sunset sure is beautiful. Thank you very much, Fonseca. Are the sound good and realistic? Victor, I have to tell you something. I'm really bad with sound. I'm really bad with sound, with music, with everything. So, and I'm going to show you this for you again. So how I'm broadcasting this? I'm broadcasting with my headset, and the sound is coming from my TV in front of me, okay, up in front of me. So I'm not really paying attention to the sound, and even if I was, I will not be the one that will give you a good impression about the sound itself, okay? So I'm sorry, I'm not the best person to give you this advice to say if it's good or bad. My apologies, but I will not talk about the sound, not because I don't like, it's just because I don't really understand, okay? In real life it's very different, okay? We have the sound, especially in the 777. It's a very noisy airplane, and I fly with my personal headsets. They have a nice acoustic cancelling, so yeah, I'm sorry, but we can hear the 777 engines from far away, and the sim shows that a little bit. Yep. Okay, so maybe someone else will be better to give you this information. Okay, what else? So let's try to navigate. Well, now maybe this side here was a little bit better because it's closing everything here, but as you can see, it doesn't show anything around me now, and I'm pretty sure I am above those clouds. So I will be going direct to Denut now. Denut, execute LNAV, and okay, I show you the, oops, wrong button. I show you the weather radar. Now let's go back to our live weather. Yeah, altitude alert because the airplane dropped. We changed this we changed the altimeter and everything, so we are going back there. Don't worry. So back to heading. And back to our heading. We were going to do holds. Okay, I want to do one different holding here. So I go hold, and I want to hold right now. So what I can do, I can press here PPOS, present position is a standard right turn, 1.5 mile, execute. We are already in the holding. Okay, we can then connect the node to the holding, so we have the entire route again. and that's it. On the hold here, you can always change your inbound course or the turn from left to right. The lag time or distance, you cannot do both. You have to choose between time and distance, but 1.5 minutes when you are above flight level 140. Lag distance if you have a specific distance to follow. If you are at flight level 380, the best speed will be 250. The airplane is already reducing to 250, as you can see. You are going to reach the fix again at 3805. Now it's 31, almost 32. So you will be over the fix again at 38.5. So that's the time you will be after this turn. We have 32 minutes of holding available at this altitude and speed of 250 knots. Okay, I'm not going to complete all this holding. Okay, so we can exit hold. So it's going to complete the turn and go towards the fix. Another big difference from the 7.3. If you on the 7.3, if you say if you are here and you press exit hold, the airplane is going to fly the entire holding and then is going to leave. On the 777, it leaves straight away, so it's going to complete the turn towards the holding side and is going to exit. Okay, on the 7.3, if you want to do it like this, you do not exit the hold. Okay, you fly direct to the hold again. So you are going to do something like this. Okay, if you fly direct to that point, the airplane on the 7.3 will do the turn and continue. Okay, on the 777, it's not necessary. Once you are on the hold, you want to get out, just exit, hold, and execute. On the 777, on contrary, if you want to complete the whole turn, you need to wait the airplane to reaches the inbound turn, and then you can exit the hold and execute, and the airplane is going to exit that holding only after the turn. Okay, so those are the main differences that you have from the 7.3 to the 777. But this is also explained in one video. Okay, we have a playlist about holdings and I explain all of this there. Okay, so now we are 72 miles to descent. Let's see what else we have. Let's see what else are you saying, guys. They could use some more bass, but other than that, they are great. Yeah, you see, Hypoxia, our friend already said that, you know, I don't even know what bass means, okay? I don't know, man. Guys, I'm really bad with music and all this stuff. I'm sorry. That what happened at Air France 447. Air France 447 is the flight from Rio to Paris 330 that crashed into the ocean. Did they deviate from the storm and got the pitot clogged, right? They didn't deviate from the storm. Actually, they deviate a little bit. It was to the wrong side, if you think about not the wrong side, but not enough, not much as the other guys deviate. But the thing is, sometimes it's impossible to deviate from all the clouds, and the clouds itself at that day were not the problem. The problem was that the temperature was really cold on that area, and that froze the pilots and they lost the airspeed, and from that point they were unable to control the airplane. Come, say hi, Fonseca. Jonathan, what's your thoughts on this new 777 with MSFS? I see a lot of YouTube experts in comments who claim to know it all. Yet, obviously, you're a real 777 rated pilot. So, hope you are enjoying it, sir. Oh, Jonathan, thank you so much for your message. I have to say, when I want to say things that matter, I want my webcam on so you can look at me as well. So, I see two different things. First, I didn't see any real pilot, any 777 rated pilot flying this so far. So I watched 2 or 3 live streams yesterday, a few minutes to check what they were doing. one from a real pilot. I didn't see Amy's live stream to tell you, okay, so you don't get confused about it. I want to see Amy's entire live stream, so that's why I didn't do yesterday. I didn't have time, so I want to do Amy. So Amy was not one of them, and I'm pretty sure his live stream was amazing. And what I see, of course, is most of the people are not handling the 777 the way it was supposed to be handled, because they are Airbus pilots and they try to do what they try to fly an Airbus on the 777, or they are 737 pilots, and that's why I say Emi was not one of them, because Emi used to fly the 73, but they try to, some 777 pilots apart from Emi that I didn't see, they try to replicate the 737 procedures, and they are very similar but they are not the same, so then they make a few mistakes. Second thing is that I'm telling this based on Boeing recommended procedures. But even on real airplanes, how the pilots are going to fly these airplanes is dependent on the company policy, okay? So you will see different pilots doing different things. And why are we still turning? Okay, that's the end of the... Okay. Yeah, there we are. That was the end of the turn. Yeah, the holding. We can see through the engines. Look how beautiful. So even on real, let's say for example, I will give you two realistic examples. The way FedEx fly the 777 and the way Atlas Air fly the 777, and they are both 777 cargo airplanes, it's completely different. So I would like you to have in mind those things, okay? Because I don't want to say people were doing it wrong or people were doing it right. There are many ways to do the same thing. What I bring here in this channel are the pure Boeing procedures. So apart from studying the procedures that my company developed and the procedures that I have to follow on the real airplane, I also study the Boeing procedures, how is the Boeing standard operating procedures, to bring these procedures to you here in this channel, okay? And I can say that so far the airplane is capable of doing 95% of what the real airplane does, okay? So it's really, really amazing. I like to see the engines from here, man. You see? Nice. Very nice. I could have a wallpaper like this. What do you think? Beautiful. Beautiful British Airways livery. Okay. Let's go back. What else you were guys saying? So I fly the 76, not the 777, says Hypoxia, but the system are pretty similar, so I can say it's very well modeled. Yeah, man, if you guys are talking about the system itself, it's amazing. I show you guys in the beginning of this live stream what happens when you press the cargo fire switches. If you press the forward, you have equipment cooling override. If you press the aft, you don't have, and this is accurate modeled on the Pmdg and so on, and so many things, man, that is very, very accurate. So it's really hard to find something that is not. Pmdg say that their liveries match with the airplane specs. Can you confirm if it was really matching? Okay, let me see how far we are from top of descent. Camp, hold that one. Okay, I'm going to show you what they mean, but let's think about our approach first. Okay, so I want to open the comms page here, and I want to see the the new information from Echo Golf Kilo Kilo, our destination airport. I also want to know Echo Golf Lima Lima, the airplane that we are going to alternate for sure. Okay, so these two were sent. That's the first step. Let's bring the tablet. Arrival, Debra to Golf. Pin it, approach. I'm going to do the ILS to 6 left. Initial approach. And then also the ILS itself. I'm not going to bother for the airport charts because I'm going to go to Echo Golf Lima Lima later on. I already know. So I don't really care about, I'm going to take only the approach to 7 left and we are going to do the RNP there. Okay. And then on arrivals, we are going the initial approach from Bravo, from Echo Papa Mike. This is Biggin. Where is Biggin? South. Okay, not bad. Bravo, 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 November, November is from the north. Lambourne is from the east. Ockham. Okay, we are going to do this one from Ockham. Good. And then once we land, we need airport. Yes. Taxing. In real life we will need, not today. I just want the stands and that's it. Okay, so we go to pin it and arrivals, this one. Okay, so it says reset MCP altitude. Let's work on this. First altitude that we have is 140 at Atom. This reset MCP altitude is quite early, okay? In the real airplane is around 7 miles. 1 minute. This is a little bit too much, but it works. Okay, so we keep like this. So we got new messages. Let's see first. Kilo Kilo. So 26 left is still the same. Transition level is 70. We can confirm here that we have on forecast 70. 260 at 6. Cavalcade 17 1016. So we can pre-select 1016. And the minimas for the approach. Um, 396. Okay. 396. Really easy today. I want to show you something, guys, as we go down. Okay, this is important. Let's say that you don't want, you are going to Mexico City and the minimum is 7898. Okay, something that you can do. Okay, look at this. Let me go here. Okay, so you can come to menu. This works in the real airplane, okay? You go to FIS control panel on. Then you go to FIS minimums. You want 7898. You put there and you got it. 7898. Then you go back to menu. FIS control panel off and everything is working again. Okay, so one more time. FIS control panel on. AFIS, our minimums today 396. Okay, on the bottom, menu off is there, 396. Okay, I think Everybody that didn't know about this trick should give me $1 now. What do you think? It's worth it? Every time you're going to press that button, $1 for this tip? I have to do a video about it, but now I'm pretty sure some YouTubers will take it and will do the video about it, so I will not have time. But anyway, it's here for everybody to learn. Okay? I hope you liked that one. Okay, 396. I'm not going to carry much about my... How can I take this off again? I'm not going to carry much about my my performance there, because I'm going to go around to show you a go around, okay? What I want to see is the Heathrow, and then we are going to land in Heathrow. It says 27 left for departure, arrival 27 left, yeah, 27 left for depart, to arrival 27 left, that's the one we are going to use. Runway is dry, level 70, 280 at 6, temperature 18, and QNH 1016 is the same QNH. Tower is open, the partner aircraft make a contact on this one, blah 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 blah. I don't really know, I don't really care about all of this. Okay, we cancel. And that's the new message. I didn't see the second page. We can cancel. Now everything is done. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go here. Oh, I could do this here, right? So I could go on performance, and I want to do landing. And I want to show to Echo Golf Lima Lima, the one that we are going to land. Runway 27 left. I will import the weather and the weight. We have 208. 208 plus 10, basically 218. 218 tons is good enough for us. I'm going to land flaps 30. Air conditioning on, and most probably brake 2. VREF at +5. Calculate. No reverse. Brakes 2 is good, so I'm going to take brake 2. Already planning for our alternate, okay guys, so we don't have to think about it later on. I just changed the flight itself, and there we go. So I'm going to go on route 2, and I'm going to do a flight from Echo Golf Kilo Kilo to Echo Golf Lima Lima. Okay, so basic what I want is on the approach 27 left from Oscar Charlie Kilo from Ockham. Okay, just to have in mind, I'm going to go on the plan, and what I have here is my missed approach. So okay, I'm going to slightly change this. On route 1, after 2000 feet, I go to Oscar Charlie Kilo. Okay, and then when I'm going there, I can activate this approach, and I want to enter a hold on Oscar Charlie Kilo, like this one, 328. Right turns. Whoops. 328. Right turns. And altitude maximum 150, minimum 7,000. So I'm going to set 7,000 or above. And actually, you can even set here above or below, but that's it. So then I'm going to execute route 2, and you're going to see all the changes from there. Okay, so my missed approach will be 7,000. After 2,000, I go right Ockham. Okay, so I think we are pretty much ready for this approach now. I'm going back this. We are descending, heading bug. So I need to see on the checklist There are no notes. I can do recall. Airplane is clean. So recall is checked. Notes checked. Auto brake will be 2. Landing data VREF 30 I didn't put. Sorry. VREF 30 140. Minimums for now Baro 396. Approach briefing completed. Okay, so descent checklist is complete and we are pretty much ready to roll. I was talking about something. Let me see. I had something to tell you guys, right? Oh, the matching for... Okay. Okay. Give me 1 minute. I'm going to prepare this. Pmdg Operation Center version 2. Yes. Okay. Let me see. How can I bring this to you? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Who asked about this was... Camp. So the Camp question was, Pmdg said the deliveries match with the airline specs. Can you confirm if it was really matching? Okay. So when we go to the Pmdg Ops Center, there we go. You are going to see. This is the list of deliveries that you will see for the 777, okay? So you have Air Canada, Air France, American Airlines, British Airways, Cathay Pacific, China Airlines, China Eastern Airlines, Emirates Airlines, Etihad Airways, Japan Airlines, KLM, Korean Air, Philippines Airlines, Qatar Airways, Singapore, Swiss, Turkish, and United so far, okay? The oldest one is 2012, 2010, British Airways 2010. That's the oldest one, okay? The one that I'm flying, okay? The newest one is Qatar Airways Alpha 7 Bravo Echo Hotel, okay? When Pmdg says that they have the correct, okay, is the ones that they write here, verified, okay? So Air Canada was verified, Air France was verified, American Airlines was verified, British Airways was verified, Cathay Pacific, Emirates, and KLM, okay? Everything else is not, okay? So it's true for the ones that are verified, okay? And I can give you the specifications later on for this one, and you know the reason why I can give you the specifications for the Alpha 7 Bravo Echo Hotel, which are the specifications that you can see on the plane right now, okay? I can show you later on what it is, okay? So I hope you do understand. Got it? Okay, let's see. How much costs Gambit Guy? We still don't know. I still don't know how much is going to be. Not sure yet. Probably a little more than the 737 series. Yeah, I agree with Hypoxia. Yep, I think these days a lot of folk don't realize how great they have it to be able to load up MSFS and have photorealism while flying their study level planes and enjoying seeing the world. Yep. What is the difference between terminate and auto? Okay, okay. Let me show you guys what Jedi is talking about. If we open the comms page and we go on flight information, and we want to get an 80s, for example, and let's say that we want to know Echo Golf Lima Lima, okay? So if you click here, for example, I want from VATSIM, if you put it on auto, every time the system gets a new 80s from Echo Golf Lima Lima, you will get this new 80s automatically. And once you don't want to have these updates automatically anymore, you have to select the airport that you selected as auto and go back and click on terminate and send, so you will not get the auto updates anymore, okay? So that's how it works. Let's see if there any other question. Turkish Airlines use their aircraft for short flights. Yeah, in my company as well. I'm going to return to sleep 4 a.m. here. In morning I will watch. Thank you. Tomorrow I will be here again. Genius invented this $10 Aero Simulation says. Yeah, you can keep sending, man. I'm not mad with you guys. I'm going to watch it tomorrow in Portuguese, says Cadu Batera. Abraço, Cadu, obrigado. Forgot to ask, are you on VATSIM? No, not today. MD11, 2nd of July. Henrique Moura, hi Fonseca, the best YouTuber pilot of 777. I can't wait to have 777 on hand and then learn from your videos. Thank you so much. What else? What else you guys are talking about? What does the blue circle with letter A mean on the ND? Okay. Nice, good question. I'm just reaching the altitude here. The next one will be 4,000 or above by Timba. Okay, so I'm going to select 4,000 now and let the airplane goes down. Okay, so those are the alternate or the airports that you have around. Okay, so it works two ways. First, if you have airports on, okay, you will see all the airports that are around you. Okay, the airport with an A like this one here on the right side are the alternate airports that are listed here on the alternate page. So you have Echo Bravo Foxtrot November, Echo Golf Sierra Sierra, Echo Golf Uniform Whiskey, and Echo Golf Charlie Charlie. Echo Golf Charlie Charlie is far from us, but it is as our alternate from the flight plan. Okay, if I delete this one, the next one that is close by is Echo Bravo Oscar Sierra. Okay. Of course, there are some conditions for these alternates, but as you can see, Echo Golf Sierra Sierra is one of the alternates. That's why you have an A there. Okay. One thing on the 777, if you take the airports off, okay, airport on and airport off, okay, you're going to see the airports or not. Okay. One thing is, even if you keep the airports off, the closest one will always be here. Okay, the closest one will always be here. So if you keep your airports off, the closest one will always be there and will be with the A. Okay, if I turn the airports on again, you will see the 4 airports that are closer: Echo Bravo Foxtrot November, Echo Bravo Oscar Sierra, Echo Golf Uniform Whiskey, and Echo Golf Sierra Sierra. Okay, as we move and we get away from Echo Golf Bravo Oscar, we'll get other airports as alternate airports close to us. Okay, so that's it. That's it. And man, it's in the real airplane is like this. Can you believe it? Yep, it is. So terrain on the FO side, we are approaching 10,000. So seatbelts on, landing lights on, turn off lights on, taxi on, logo light on. We did the descent checklist, we did everything. Let me see if I'm not missing anything from our landing. Oh no, so far so good. Hello Fonseca, Mauricio from Brazil. Is it the pre-release 777 Pmdg? Yes, it is. It is. Will be available for general public in 3 days. So if we buy this plane for MSFS 2020, it will be usable for MSFS 24 also. Gambit guy, Pmdg already said, if they don't have to do any modification or the modification is easily implemented, yes, you will get an update for free. Okay, so far it's what we know. If they have to work a little bit on the airplane, I think they will charge a little bit, and if they have to redo the entire airplane, they will have to charge you the new airplane. Okay, so we have to now pray for Asobo to do a nice job on the new one, to improve the sim, but to not change whatever Pmdg needs to keep the airplane working there. Okay, it's changing the heading to align with the waypoints. Also a procedure on the 7.3. Yes, you always align the heading with your current heading. Okay, this does not move alone, you have to do it every time by yourself. Look through the window, Captain. Hugs. Yeah, so let's look around. Left back, front, right. Yeah, even outside. Reaching England, London. Amazing, right? Amazing. How about this one? Woo! Really nice. Let's keep flying. So cool. Why did you change your channel name? Just for curiosity. Man, I changed this long time ago, and this was when I was preparing to move the channel into an English version. Okay, Desvio Bússola, the old name, was more like Portuguese. It doesn't mean anything to the international community, and level change it means. And the level change is this button here. Okay, so that was one of the main reasons. Tomorrow we will be together. Yes, Rubens, I hope I can see you tomorrow. Now it says drag required because we had a little bit of tailwind. The airplane is reaching 250 knots below 10,000. I'm not really worried about this speed right now, and you see the message is already out. Okay. So how is this approach? Okay. Everything is ready. Let's get a shortcut. May we? To the final. Let's see how the airplane is going to handle this. Idle, VNAV speed makes sense because now we are high on profile. I'm going to open the speed window, set speed to 50. We are coming down. I don't know why sometimes it moves 5 by 5 here anyway. So 250. And now 2000 is our vectored and cleared altitude. So profile is coming back. Cabin is ready for our approach. I'm going to close the speed window and we are back on speed VNAV back. Easy as that. We are going down to 2000. We are reaching transition altitude, so we can set 1016 and we can do our approach checklist. Altimeters 1016. Approach checklist is complete. Guys, ready to move, ready to roll. Taking the dome light off. Oh, this is still very bright. Let's control here. Oh, by the way, the light should work. The light on top here is this one. This is the one on top. Okay, it's illuminating this. Then we have another two lights here on the side for the chart. Okay, and one for the work table that it does go down. Okay. They should work a little bit on this one because it illuminates everything. When the table is down, of course, it doesn't illuminate that much. What else? Oh, the seats. Both sides. Sun visors. Even this one on top. Yeah, it works. No, this one. No, this one I want in the middle. And this one I want it down. Okay, and man, this is always on the left side or on the right side. We don't need I'm missing. Man, I fly this airplane every day. Where are the floodlights for the main panel? The floor lights are here in dim and bright. Yeah, and off, of course. Okay, this is on my side, and this is on FO side. Yeah, that's what we have. Yeah, so one click, good enough. One click. Okay, it's very bright, but it's still okay. Okay, and here on top, I want this a little bit more. Okay, there we go. The real airplane, we can fine tune this one. Oh yes, if I instead of click, if I change, yes, so instead of clicking, if I just move it. Amazing. And then we dim the light, which didn't help much. Anyway, there we go. I think that now with the 777 you have a lot of doubts in the overnight videos. Yeah, ready for go around, I've arrived now, but what will come from this 737 to MFS 2020? Man, it's pretty much the prepared 3D airplane with some tweaks and some adjusts. It's a really amazing airplane. Do we have a shortcut for toggle button as in the 7.3? Yes, it's at the same place here on this button. So actually here it's a triple shortcut. If you press the left button, it does something, the right button, it does something else, and the center button, it does even something else. Does the 777 of Pmdg have the tail cameras on the inner panel? No, there are no taxi cameras. Okay, there are taxi lights but no taxi cameras. Okay, so we'll be within 15 miles from the ILS. We can arm the approach, and one thing that I do recommend you guys, once you are getting closer to your approach, like we are now 15 miles to the runway, okay, control this airspeed by yourself. Open the speed window and bring the speed down. The airplane didn't change to VNAV speed because we are already going towards a point inside the instrument approach. So the airplane keeps VNAV path while you can still reduce your airspeed, okay? So as we are getting closer to our flaps up speed, I'm going to extend flaps to 1. Reduce airspeed to flaps 1 speed. Have a nice landing, Fonseca. Obrigado pro avião. This is going to be a go around. Go around, and then we go to London Heathrow. So now we are 1000 to go. Speed slowly reducing. This is exactly like the real airplane. 700 feet per minute, you barely reduce your airspeed, okay? We are getting closer to flaps up speed, and then it keeps going down towards flap 1 speed. So we are going to extend the next flap, flaps 5, and we can reduce the speed to the flap 5 speed. Usually what we have here in London is 180 until 10 miles and then 160 to 4. So I'm going to do this one. So runway 26 left, 4 miles and 10 miles. Okay. Oh, we should be already reducing to 160. Okay. So to reduce to 160, gear down, flaps 20. We can maintain 160 and we can arm the speed brakes. Aero and JU, I'm going to talk to you about these things really soon. Localizer is captured, the heading changes to the localizer heading. Okay, and now we maintain 160 until we are 4 miles. Yeah, VNAV path is there, waiting for the glide slope. Now we are getting on the glide slope. We can extend flaps to 30. We maintain speed 160. We can open this checklist. Glide slope captured. Our missed approach today is going to be 7,000. And landing checklist, once we get the flaps to 30, the landing checklist will be complete. Landing checklist complete. And now we wait for 4 miles and then we reduce to our approach speed of 145. Very nice question from Vladimir Key. Land 3, roll out and flare arm. Now we are 4 miles. We can reduce to 145. I think the throttle are how can I say this? Are moving really fast. In the real airplane they are a little bit different. They don't move that fast. Okay. Go around on the 777 is quite easy. If you have the autopilot on, you press the toggle button and you let it roll. So toggle button, make sure you have thrust. Select flaps 20 if you have flaps 25 or 30. Positive rate when you are climbing, select gear up. And once you have to accelerate to retract flaps, you accelerate in the button manually. So we are going to do it. In the MCP you accelerate, right? Okay. So there we are. All set. Really good. We could do even an auto land, as you can see, rollout and flare. They are armed and everything. Okay. But we are going to get closer to the minimums and we are going around. And our acceleration altitude today will be 1,000 feet. Have a nice go around. Thank you, Flavio. Okay, it's very easy. Toga button. That's what you really need.
Approaching minimums.
Okay, something is wrong. We go around. Toga, thrust.
Minimums.
Toga, LNAV is armed. Okay. We have thrust. Flaps 20. The airplane is climbing, positive rate. We set gear up. And that's it. That's the go around. LNAV is already engaged. You see how easy it is? Airplane climbing 1,500 feet per minute. Nice and slow. And now we'll be flying. When we cross 1,000 feet above the airport, which is the end of the white band here, in this case today we can start accelerating, and we are going to accelerate to 220 knots. Which is flap up speed. Okay, so as the airplane passes flaps 20 speed towards flaps 5, we can retract flaps from 20 to 5. It's already on your screen. Very easy. Okay, so flaps 5. When the airplane passes flaps 5 towards flaps 1, you reduce to, you retract flaps to flaps 1. 2,000 feet, we had the turn. Okay, now we can retract flaps to 1. And when the flaps pass the flaps 1 speed towards flaps up, we can retract flaps to up. Okay, easy go around, now flaps up. Very easy. Usually we wait for the altitude 7,000 to be captured. But in this case, as we are going to shoot another approach, we can already do the checklist. If you press checklist, look at this. Airplane is very intelligent. After takeoff checklist is there. Okay, so you do not have the shutdown checklist, you have the after takeoff checklist because the airplane understood that you went around and now you need the after takeoff checklist, which is complete. Okay, so we are going towards Ockham VOR, and something happened in Gatwick. We cannot land in Gatwick anymore, and we are going to go to London. Okay, so as the airplane is going, I want to see route 2. Oh, I select the ILS 27 left, which is wrong. So on route 2, what I want is the RNAV 27 left. From Ockham. Let me try again. RNAV 9 left. Yeah, there is no transition. Ah, wrong. It's 27 left. Come on, guys. RNAV 27 left. Yes, there are no transitions for this ILS, so we need to position ourselves on this approach. Okay, so let's fly. We were flying to 7,000. We are on the holding now, and we are not going to go back to the airport, our destination. We go now towards our landing airport. Sorry, our alternate airport. So RNP 27 left. Minimas now. Minimas. LNAV, VNAV for airplane category D, which is this one, 440. So one more time for you. Menu, FEs, 440. Minimums, your minimums are already there. Menu, FEs off, you are done. We already calculate our auto brake as S2. Our approach speed will be still 140. Okay, so good enough. So now we can start flying. Let's say we were now being vectored. Okay, so we want to fly heading. Oh, let's see the heading that we need now. 070. Okay, so 070 heading cell. I still have to, yeah, that's the place. So now what we are going to do, we go to route 2. We are going to activate route 2. On the legs, I'm going to take Nexa. Oh, sorry, Nexa on the first page, and we can execute. Okay, so we are going to take it from Nexa 3,000 feet. Okay, so I changed to route 2 where I had my secondary flight there. I'm going to descend 3000 in flight level change, and from Nexa, ATC will give us a left turn and we are going to shoot the RNAV approach. Okay, so recall is checked. Checklist, there are no notes, so descent checklist, recall is checked, notes checked, auto brake, we still have 2. Landing data, VREF 30, 140, minimums barrel 440, approach briefing is complete, descent checklist is complete. As we have the same altimeter, we can do approach checklist and then altimeters 1016, approach checklist complete. Okay, aero simulations. Do you guys control manually the speed in real life too? Yes, we have to, otherwise the airplane does not reduce or reduce too much. So J.U. Vladimirki asked what the climb cone button does on the autopilot panel. This one, okay? So this button is going to change your reference thrust. If you are dual engine, if both engines are working, if you press this button, it goes to climb, what it is now. If you have single engine, if you're flying with one engine, this is going to change to continuous, okay? So I can come here on my index and thrust limit page and change this, for example, to cruise, okay? So this change is now cruise. Okay, if I press climb cone, because I have two engines, it's going to change to climb. Okay, so it's going to change my thrust reference. So in cruise, my maximum thrust would be 89.5, but if I'm using climb thrust, then will be 91.7. And then if I'm single engine, it's a little bit different, and then I press the same climb continuous button and it just changes the reference for your thrust. Okay, it's not going to change the thrust itself, it's going to change the reference thrust, because if you are climbing single engine on climb thrust and maybe you need continuous, you just press here, it changes from climb to continuous and so on. Okay, and if you are in cruise and you need something else, the same thing. So here we go, flaps 1, reduce speed to flaps 1. We are going to cross the localizer or the final approach path anyway, so flaps 5. We are going to reduce to flaps 5 speed. So we go to the other side on the approach. Okay, let's say now, I will keep these on legs, these on VNAV, that we were cleared Nexa, inbound 270, which is the final approach course, 270, and we can already arm the LNAV, okay? $3,000 is set, so LNAV is captured. We are descending 3,000. And descend now, so we get on the descent mode. There you are. We are waiting to reach 3,000. Speed out, VNAV, then open your speed window, reduce your airspeed to whatever you need. You see, it changes. In the rear plane you are faster to do this, but that's the way it works. Next altitude is 2,500. Can already preset. Final approach 270. As you can see, we have the airport ahead of us. Really easy. Now we are 2 miles to final approach fix, 2.9. We can set gear down, flaps 20, reduce the airspeed to 160 here in London. We maintain until 4 miles. Why the airplane is not descending? Something is wrong with the VNAV, so I'm going down manually. By the way, then I select flaps 30 so I can work on this. Our minimum is 440. I think it get messed up with the VNAV because I'm on the legs 2. So I never tried legs 2. This is the first time.
2500.
Yeah, VNAV is not working. So because of this, you guys are going to get a new go around. And I'm going to fix this VNAV on route 1. So the go around at this, it goes to 2000 feet. Okay, so I'm going to set missed approach altitude of 2000 feet. And we are going to do, now we leveled off, we can accelerate. Flaps 20. Positive rate in this case, maintaining, gear up. We'll be maintaining flaps 5 speed. And retract our flaps to 5. So I think what happened here is that Pmdg is not able to compute this for the route 2. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are going to go back on route 1. We are going to change our destination to Echo Golf Lima Lima. Yeah, it worked as in the real airplane. And now we are going to select one more time RNAV to 7 left, no transition, okay, and VNAV, legs, activate, let me just get on heading cell, and then turning from the left. Heading 090. In this case 100 is fine. Will we go now again to 3000 feet? Okay, flight level change. So let's go back here. Everything is set. I want direct Nelsa from heading 270. VNAV, cruise altitude 3000, speed, what is our current speed now? 180. So this was not planned, this was not like the real airplane. Route 2, the VNAV should work. I think that's the problem, is not working with the route 2. Just in case, 180 now. We are in cruise. Okay, so checklist is the landing checklist to go. We can even disarm this speed brake for now. Okay, everything else is the same, and we are going to do it again. Okay, another thing that I'm going to do, I will take Nexa, and then I want this on the heading 070, 3 miles. Not this one, is 120, 3 miles, and then direct to Nexa. And then I want this one. This one doesn't work, too much points, so Nexa, another one, 180 at 5. Okay. And now I connect everything, and I will leave the plane to fly this one. Okay. We are there. Let's see how it works now. Strange that we don't get top of descent. If I select here 3000, I'm just trying to play with the FMC to see if my VNAV comes back. As there is no top of descent. Are you experiencing some pitch down trim on final approach? Not really, Marcos. Can you please tell me what the auto selector on altitude knob is? Is the mode that you can change altitudes by 100 feet. But if you do really fast, it changes faster than 1000. Okay? The other option is 1000, where you can only change from 1000 to 1000. So in case of this approach, I need to go down to 2500. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. Okay, we got the VNAV path. 180 is there. On the descent, I also want 180. But I don't see a top of descent. So I broke the sim. Somehow I broke the sim. Thanks a lot. Turzin, my configurations are on the description of the video. There is a link for a video with my configurations. Guys, it's not going to work like this. I don't know why. I'm going to change to an ILS so we can just land, okay? I have to report this to Pmdg as well. Anyway, we are going to land now on the ILS. I'm sorry I cannot show you the RNAV. Oh, now it's there. Let me try one more time. Okay, 2500 is there, VNAV is there. Okay, looks like it's going to work now on VNAV. Yeah, now we have top of descent. Okay, I don't know why this glitch, but we figure out. So 2500 is set. Now we are approaching the top of descent. We can take gear down, flaps 20, arm the speed brake, and we open the speed window, and we maintain now 160 knots until 4 miles. Good, 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 good. Now it's working. Have you noticed that cell call code is invalid? Golf Lima Delta Charlie. Golf Lima makes sense. Yeah, Delta Charlie does not make sense. It should be Golf Lima Charlie Delta at least. Yeah. Yeah, James Parlan, thank you so much. Yeah. That's not the correct cell call for an airplane. The second letter needs to be, let's say, on the alphabet order after the first one on the two codes. Yeah. Okay, we are going now down to 440 feet. 440. We can select flaps 30. Open the checklist, and we are going to maintain this until this speed 160 until 4 miles. Airport is ahead of us. So what we have here, Flaps 30, landing checklist complete, checklist complete. We are coming down, missed approach altitude is 2000. So we need to wait until we are at 1700, which is 300 feet below our missed approach altitude, so we can set our missed approach altitude of 2000 feet. In preparation for this, I'm going to change this to auto, sorry, to 1000. So then with 2 clicks, I'm going to reach 2000 feet. Okay, really nice. So 2 things to go, altitude and speed. 700, yes, so cabin is ready. 1000, 2000 is the missed approach. And the speed, we are now 4.4 miles. Approach mode I don't want. It doesn't disengage the approach as well, it should. 4 miles, speed back to 145 in this case. 144. Okay, here we are. The approach mode should be disengaged. It didn't do.
1000.
Okay, we are 1000 stable and we are going to land. Okay, here we go. Autopilot off. Flight director. Whoop. Pitch down a lot. No auto land. Yes, I know, no auto land because I'm not on the ILS anymore. I tried to disengage the approach, it didn't work.
Approaching minimums 400.
He doesn't look like a runway.
Minimums.
Whoops. Continue. Now it's building everything.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Here we are. Touchdown. Idle reverse. Speed brake up. Oh, my reverses are not working. Okay. For some reason my reverses are not... now it worked. Okay, thank you so much. Now we are almost done. 60 knots. I'm going to retract the speed brake to get out of the auto brake. No, it didn't work. Disengaging auto brake. Yeah, now it worked. Getting out of reverse. And we can even take this here to the right. Yeah, good enough. Okay guys, as you can see, a little bit of tweaking from Pmdg that we need. When I select the RNAV, VNAV didn't work. I had to select ILS and go back to RNAV, then it worked. Auto approach button cannot be deselected. On the real airplane you can. Actually, if you are above 1500, I don't really remember at which altitude we were, but I think we were above 1500. I'll have to check that. A lot of pitch down on the final. Yeah, it was a little bit weird. We got some downdrafts, some updrafts there, but yeah, and at the end we managed. I was not expecting at all. Yeah, it was not a taxiway. It was the runway for sure, but I don't know why my sim didn't understood that. Okay. taxiing here, and let's park somewhere that I'm familiar, here on the left side. Okay, I cannot taxi and do the after landing all by myself. So I'm going to taxi left here, and then we figure out where we go. So if you guys want to know how to taxi on the departure, I showed you, so you can come back on this live stream and see my taxi out. Okay, so what we need to do now, APU to start, landing lights we don't need anymore, turn off we don't need anymore, strobo we don't need anymore. Let's see where we are going, a little bit to the left here. Okay, so we can retract flaps. Cancel all these ACAS messages, transponder to transponder, and this one to off, tick as off, cancel. Okay, so here we are, weather radar on this side and terrain on the other side. Okay, so we are done. Now we have to figure out where we go. Okay, so I think we go gate. British Airways, yes. Not even close. Okay guys, I'm going to park on this apron here to the right. Let's say ATC asked me to hold here, okay? So I'm going to stop. Okay. Brakes. Park. Parking brake. Is set. Yes, okay. So taxi light goes off in this case. And I want to see if my tablet is going to help me to figure out where I have to go. 551 maybe. Okay, so let's see if GSX have 551. Change facility. Parking. I don't think it's going to be. Oh, maybe 551. Show me this spot and activate with British Airways. I remove the tablet. Let's see outside. Yes. Okay, that's the one. We can taxi there now. So taxi light on. We are moving. We can reduce thrust to idle. That's really nice. Usually on the 777 we don't use thrust for taxi. Guys, I'm going to read all the messages once we park there. One more time, is a 90-degree turn, so I'm looking to my right window. When the center of my taxiway is in the middle of my side window, then I can turn right. And I'm going to show you from outside how it works. Okay, so it's coming. It's coming. Now it's in the middle. Yep. I go and look. works perfectly. Hey, this was even too much. I can stop a little bit and correct as we are going to. Let's see our parking position now. Same thing. Yeah, we can turn. Reduce a little bit the speed. Do we have a marshaller? We park. Marshaller, where are you? Okay, slowing down, slowing down. Okay, no marshaller, so I'm going to go outside. Of course, taxi light will be off in this case. I'm sorry, there was no marshaller, so not much I can do. Oops. Yep, here is fine. So we can go inside. Parking brake set. APU is running. We can shut down this engine. Storm on. So now we do the reverse. Fuel pumps off. Seat belts off. Beacon off. Here in the center, flight directors off. I don't know why I'm getting the fuel spare valve left and right, something that Pmdg has to check as well. So 2000 and standby. Pmdg has to check this because I'm getting for every single flight this fuel spare valve right and left. It's not supposed to be there. So the only thing I'm going to do now, you already saw all the ground equipments when we were coming in. So I'm going just to disarm and set shocks. We are going to set the stairs and ground vehicles. I want 2 stairs. We can disembark these passengers soon. And as shocks are there, we can remove parking brake and do the shutdown checklist, which states for flaps they are not up. Oh, I left in one. Okay, they are going up, and parking brake is set. So flaps I'm retracting now. Actually, now to retract these flaps that I miss. Let's do it. Yeah, I need the center hydraulic. Now it's good. Okay, so shutdown checklist is complete. And let's see what you guys were talking about. Wow, look at that moon. Amazing. Okay. Let me go back here to see where I stopped talking to you. So auto selector is there. The cell call was wrong. Oh, this taxiway. Taxi escuro demais. Yeah, it is not a taxiway. It was I could see the approach. It was the runway, but I think the approach lights, they were turned on from the other side, from runway 09. I don't really know why. No puppy and runway lights. Yeah, no puppy. Wouldn't the approach mode be disengaged by turning off the flight directors below 1500? Yes, Igor, they would, but you can also disengage the approach mode by deselecting the approach mode until 1500. So I'm not sure if I did it below 1000 or not. If it was below 1000, my fault. You cannot deselect the approach mode. Okay, but I think we were above 1500. Butterland, say Leonardo Orestes, nice landing, thank you. Nice landing, thank you. The sounds of the engines is an orchestra. How does it feel compared to the real thing? Guys, I like the feeling, but it's much easier on the real plane. Trust me, much easier on the real plane. But it was nice. I'm going to do later on, just like I did on the 777 from Prepare 3D, a live stream of touch and goes. And that's something that you have to do to get the hands on the airplane. Okay, so I'm going to teach you how to do touch and goes on the 777, maybe next week. Okay, I'm going to teach you how to do touch and go landings, and that's the best way for you to deal with the airplane, and you're going to see that your rotation and your landings will be much better after you do a couple of touch and go landings. Okay, all manual with thrust and without autopilot as well. Thank you for the stream, says Schaufheiser. Thank you so much. Can you show now the signs on the engine when you press recall? Yes, I can do it. So what we are going to do is we are going to do it really quick. Reposition airplane, runway 9 left, just drop me there. Menu, PMDG setup, state load, runway, execute. We are going there, okay? Hello Captain, really like your content. Learn a lot about the 737 with your tutorials and now the 777 as well. Thank you, obrigado Leonardo Muniz. Don Jose, hello, such a good plane bro. How did you get the early access version? Friend of PMDG. Friend of my friend Matthias. Matthias, no, sorry, Matisse. Such a hard name, my friend. Such a hard name. Shire Watch Company, thank you for a well-informed walkthrough. Truly enjoyed the last half an hour listening to you. Thank you so much. Really nice stream, Captain. Thank you. What a beautiful plane. Ciao. Okay, let's see the last part, okay? So I don't know how these engines are run. The center pumps, yeah, we don't need them anymore. Okay, nav, logo, lights. Okay, this one should be on as well, so all good. Guys, I'm going to do just short takeoff here. Flaps are 5, yes. Speed brake retracted. Checklist no normal. Why the right side is not working? Let me see here, guys. Really easy. Options, performance. Ooh. What happened? Okay. For some reason when I did all the repositioning we lost the left, but it's not a big deal. Okay, I don't really care about any speed or anything, guys, just follow me through. You're going to see that the EGT is going to go all the way to the red.
knots.
They didn't pay. Okay. I cannot stop anymore, so we go airborne. Don't worry about this.
Positive rate of climb.
Yeah, we set the gear up. You see all engine EGTs on the red. Okay, I'm bringing back down. And now, as you can see, so let me do something here. I want autopilot, flight level change to 25 is okay. Okay, let's come on this camera. Now, as you can see, the engines are fine, but we had an exceedance on the EGT. So if something like this happen, not only on the EGT, any parameter, and you press recall, you are going to see that they turn red. So they were red, there was a red box when they were red, and now at any time you press recall until your next flight, it's going to be red. So you can cancel that as well. Okay, so you keep flying, the engines are normal now, but you can show it can show there was an exceedance by pressing the recall. Okay, so first recall is to cancel. When everything is canceled and you press recall again, then you are going to see the red indications showing an exceedance on the engine. Okay, so thank you so much for remembering me, Aero Simulations. Is there a way to do the request, Don Jose? No, I didn't request, my friend. I didn't request. They sent me. Okay, I don't know how it works, but now it's 5 days to go. Oh, sorry, 3 days to go. So I don't think that even if you get in touch with them, you will see any change. Later, can you show us the real panel state when receiving the aircraft after maintenance procedures? Camp, basically, I hope you are here tomorrow, because I will do it. But basically, you do the steps. If you follow the MSF checklist or my guide, you do the electrical power up. Okay, electrical power up only, and make sure you have EFE and cabin utility on and windows heat on. That's it. Okay, if you do electrical power up and check those 7 buttons, sorry, those 6 buttons, you will be fine. Okay, Andrew just came in. Claudio experienced same fly-by-wire pitch down issues on final approach that black box was seen. Not really. I felt yesterday a little bit of pitch up, but I think it was quite normal due to the ground effect on the 777. So, and for me, was a normal flight. Normal flight. Okay, nothing to say about these pitch down issues. Okay, thanks, Fonseca. Thank you so much, guys. I hope you enjoyed this live stream. I tried to show you as much as I could from here about the 777. Tomorrow at the same time we'll have a live broadcast in Portuguese. I'm from Brazil, so I'm going to broadcast in Portuguese for my friends in Brazil, and you can keep following the channel. I will bring more content, more videos on the 777, some other live broadcasts where I will be flying the 777 online on VATSIM and iVail and so on. So we keep in touch. Okay, so just for you guys to know, that is the live stream for tomorrow. So you follow me today, 22nd of June 1800 UTC in English, and tomorrow 23rd of June at 1800 UTC 1500 Brasilia time we'll have broadcast in Portuguese. Okay, thank you so much, guys. See you next time.